now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again back to JMN Multiverse of Media for another feature presentation here on this Tuesday night as we bring you week one coverage of the two-week spectacle that is the Great American Bash, brought to us by WWE, NXT, NA, if we're lucky. Welcome once again to the show. Hello, everybody. I'm the Seminole Foster. With me right now is the Combat King, Mr. Rage of Wrestling himself, Walter Cruz. By the way, great job by you and James calling Bloodsport. Go check it out in the archives, folks. We will be covering NXT here at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And remember, it is on Sci-Fi if you want to follow along with us. The Renegade Wrestling, J.J. Williams, will also be joining us here momentarily. This is his brand, damn it, looking to shine and take the spotlight, stand, deliver. Rockets leg glare, bombs bursting in air, and hoping for a title change, a bigger championship moment, bigger than anything the Cleveland Browns can hope to accomplish this year. That being said, thank everybody for tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you are a fan of this, please, again, support us. It is you that make it possible for your continued passion and donations. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't need to dictate. Casting Studios, Greg Cherry Brand, Jet Meacham Network, Super Chat. It is truly as simple as that. Tommy Gunn 101, thank you for your following passion to WWE and early viewership and engagement. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoy our coverage, reactions, and alternative commentary here as well, too. That being said, let's go around the horn and see what else is feeling about week one of NXT Great American Bash. That kicks off in about 27 minutes or so. I'm going to start off with the man that's muted, but he was the first on the screen, so I think it's only fitting. Walter, good to see you once again. Again, you and I kind of started this whole thing with these NXT call things, NXT and outside PLEs and specials, and you pretty much become literally part of the NXT commentary family. So I'm sure Jade is forever indebted to you bringing me along for this crazy ride, as NXT and has brought me now to Tuesday nights to life. How you feeling now about Great American Bash?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, he acknowledged me for doing that. He was like, I don't know how you did it, but you did it. But yeah, I'm feeling good. And nice sports reference, by the way, from Noah. Nice to dig at the Cleveland Browns there.
Yeah, I try. Again, I don't even watch sports, but I know enough about sports where I can pretty much dig a hole for any team or any competition if I feel like it. Don't push me to that limit.
But yeah, the best match I'm looking forward to is, of course, this one because of our ongoing thing. And then the other one, really?
No, he did it. I was going to ask him, and he did it.
I hate you all, by the way, for making that happen.
Other than the match, I'm really looking forward to this concert. I want to see what happens with this Joe Henry concert. Like, exactly what's he going to do?
Yeah, I mean, again, Joe Henry, enough said. I mean, Joe Henry, I'm not going to lie, because Joe Henry came into NXT. That's probably why I became a fan of NXT and the NXT NA prohibited portal, crossover and stuff like that. Certainly has made me more excited as a fan of NXT and WWE. More than Raw and SmackDown as of late, especially after last night's vacuum episode where I might as well just be running a commercial for Red Dirt. That being said, Jeff, good to see you again, folks. He is the man whose name is on the marquee, but for now you do not see, for he is Avatar Man, but he is still here and we appreciate him. Jeff, how you feeling about tonight's first week of Great American Bash?
Well, I was going to say, I am Avatar Man, but Iron Man turned heel this week at SDCC. He's going to be Dr. Doona, so I don't know if I want to use that song anymore.
I'm about to say,
anyway.
I understand that reference.
What is it the heel turns in July? Like, damn it. First Hogan, now Tony Stark. Like, god dang it. Anyway, all the heel turns. I can't handle it in the summertime.
I got nothing for you.
It's too hot for this shit.
Then your friend of the channel went back heel too, MJF.
Yeah. Hey, Hogan turned heel twice in July, once in '96 and once 2 weeks ago. But anyway, that's a whole other story for a whole other show.
Hey, that's true.
Tune in Saturday night. Oh, Mike night, by the way. Anyway, I'm glad you threw up the sign, the hand sign, because I was going to have you say you should at least have it in your avatar, in your ID there. Noah Foster, member of Chase University. But I won't make you do that this week. I won't make you do that. But Noah Foster, for those of you that missed Meech's meetings yesterday, is now an accredited member of Chase University. And much to his chagrin, his fellow Chase U student tonight is challenging Roxanne Perez and Thea Hale, of course. So during that match, not only will Noah Foster be commentating along, if we have his signals line up, JJ will be in full Chase U regalia helping Noah along because we know it's a trying day for Mr. Foster because he has to be in Chase U today and next week. And God, if Thea Hale wins, oh my goodness, if Thea Hale wins, then you will have a Chase U shirt to go along with your new enrollment.
He's not winning. This is a one-day show up from out of nowhere that's happening. And then after this week, I am never referencing or mentioning Chase University again. She's not winning, but we'll talk more about that here in a moment. Anyway, that being said, again, Daniel, good to see you. Kate Rayer, good to see you. I will admit, Great American Bash last year, it was actually a PLE. Now it's a TV special.
Right.
2 weeks. It felt a little bit meh, but there is some stuff I'm definitely looking forward to as an advocate for women's wrestling, where right now I'm more engaged with women's division on NXT more than Raw and SmackDown combined. Do better, damn it. That being said, I'm definitely, of course, Roxanne Perez, the project, the Bryce, the promise. You know how much I've followed Roxy her career and how happy I am to see what she has become in WWE. Literally the face of NXT, the longest standing face, might I add. Why Trick's right now trying to figure crap out. And Pete Dunne's trying to help him figure that out. Makes me wonder if that's going to be picked up and booked for next week. And then, of course, the man that we talk about, the pure motivation that brought me into NXT commentary now on a weekly TV basis until further notice, Joe Hendry, he's doing a concert tonight. And I cannot wait to see what sort of theme he gives us here off some sort of classic song. Maybe do some Three Doors Down. And, of course, I imagine it's going to be towards Gallus, where Joe Coffey's already challenged Joe Hendry to a one-on-one match, but not made official yet. And I do think if the music dies tonight and the brawling ensues, we very well might get Joe versus Joe next week too. But again, seeing is believing. I don't assume anything until I see it. And then, like you said, we got 6 women tag team action. The Heritage Cup is on the line. We also, I'm sure, are going to get more billions next week. We know that we got a signing between Ollie Page and get the name right, not mouth disease, or Mensa, who got the 1, 2, 3 twice on All Ego, to the point now he's going to put the title on the line, and much more. So I think without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get right into it and start talking about tonight and give everybody a preview. Where should we begin?
Joe Hendry, baby. I said his name. He did appear on the video recently. I had the wrong graphic because I didn't have the Meechemized version, so I will get that up momentarily. There, we should have it now.
I mean, say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry! Yes, folks, tonight, live in concert, it is the man that gives us 250 pounds of pure motivation. The answer to all life's questions. If you believe in Joe Hendry. But before I talk any further, let's go ahead and give the guy whose this brand is this moment in the spotlight, why he can absolutely soak it up for the time he has it. Enjoy it while he can. Son. JJ, good to see you. I don't need to even ask him, but I'm sure he's going to tell me otherwise. How you feeling about Great American Bash tonight? This is your brand. This is NXT, and your pride pupil of your favorite institution is going after the richest prize, the NXT Women's Division, the NXT Women's Championship.
This brand is your brand. This
later.
Brand.
Go ahead and talk a little bit about how you feel tonight about your brand, NXT Great American Bash Week 1. How you feeling? Good to see you.
First of all, good to be seen. Let me stick to my shtick. Hashtag like Walter Cruz down there. I appreciate you wearing a red tie for the occasion, Noah. You know, get a little bit of the Chase U colors going. Black blazer, red tie, little inverted there, but you still got the black and red representing. I do appreciate that. I'm sure that was done completely unintentionally, but I will take a win where I can get it.
I don't have any white, so that's why I went with the red and the blue. That being said, continue.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's show. The card looks pretty good on paper. Of course, obviously, I'm looking forward to my girl, the true prodigy of NXT, Thea Hale.
Oh God, here we go.
Dethroning the current reigning and defending NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. And we'll get into that a little bit more when we get to that match. But the Joe Hendry concert, man, I am looking forward to this. After the last concert he did on TNA Impact, where he parodied Creed's "Higher" with "Can you please get fired?" Like, I am ready to see what kind of hashtag shenanigans by that shirt Joe Hendry brings us here this evening.
Well, I mean, again, all we got to do is literally say his name, and I'm sure he's going to definitely give us something to. As I was saying, what was I? Oh, yeah. All we got to do is literally just listen to this man. And it's all the motivation you need, all the excitement and entertainment you need to have fun on a Tuesday night. And this is the first ever in NXT. First ever concert in NXT. I don't even know why Scott this gig. He really did take his job. It was also a great song. Oh man! If y'all did not see his job, Joe Henry took his job. If y'all did not see that song, you need to.
Oh my God, you have to. You have to go.
Oh my God, it's so damn good. And you need to add that to your Spotify playlist and go ahead and get this guy trying on the charts as well. But yes, Joe Henry, ever since he arrived in NXT, back at that Battle Royal, we've heard the teases, we've heard them say his name in and out of main roster WWE, and that's some crazy nonsense. The man showed up and he's been a sensation ever since, including title alongside the former NXT World Champion Trick Williams in the main event and getting the win that night. But apparently, he also has his detractors in Gallus, who thinks he's a jock from Scotland. How dare they? So it sounds like we might have a Donnybrook on our hands after the night, maybe some additional combat, if you all know what I'm talking about, TNA wrestling fans. But I'm very curious to see what songs he brings out and towards who, and will they be, in the name of Scotland pride or American ridicule? So I'm very curious to see what we are in store to hear from Joe Hendry live in concert, and I believe it's going to be something to remember and something to record.
If this dude if he comes out in the kilt, just to even though he himself is Scottish. If he comes out in the kilt just to make fun of the Gallus boys, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Walter, let's not get too crazy, all right? Joe Henry's a man of integrity. Anyway, anyone got any further thoughts regarding Joe Henry in concert? JD, I'll start with you.
No, I'm like everybody else, man. I'm just kind of curious to see what he's gonna bring to the NXT audience here this evening.
And Jeff, anything further to add?
No, I am just giddy about this day for all the wrong reasons, at least in your eyes, Noah. I am just giddy about everything. Yes, I am happy we're going to see Joe Hendry in concert. Yes, the matches for tonight are going to be flipping awesome, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't here to cheer on everybody's favorite Chase U student. So, but Joe Hendry being added to it definitely increases my intrigue. The matches in between, yes, I'm a fan of professional wrestling, and NXT has been one of the better presentations of professional wrestling the last year and year plus. So anything NXT, I'm here for.
Like I said, the one and go has restored a lot of my faith in NXT, WWE, and as a whole. But NXT, you're definitely getting there, especially this women's division. We know we have 6 women trios action here, literally with all of JJ's NXT premier athletes. As of course, we look towards who may challenge next for the NXT Women's Championship or even the NXT North American Women's Championship. Although Tatum Paxley clearly wants to play with Kalani Jordan. That's later that might happen next week. But we know we got Fawn Henry, Jesse Jane, and Jasmine Nix going up against Soruka, Comet Petrovic, and Lola Vice. Go ahead.
I just thought of something that
Walter, shtick, Lola Vice.
Mamacita.
Thank you.
Before that, give him to Walter. We know that this really has boiled over in a bit of mean girls versus those that have been bullied. After Lola Vice fell short against Roxanne Perez, getting pop rocks 5 times to oblivion. Damn. Back at Heatwave, she did garner some respect by Soruka and Comet Petrovic, who have also had some fallout with the opposition, particularly Jasmine Nix and Jesse Jane, with the addition of Fawn Henry, who turned on Fia Hell a while back and basically says that we 3 need to put these rookies in their place. Without a burn book, apparently. And we know that we just saw Lola Vice knock one of these 3 out, but Comet Petrovic and Soruka came to her aid to even the numbers. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and maybe there's some mutual respect considering the previous file with Comet Petrovic and Lola Vice during the NXT Underground stint with Natalya and Shayna Baszler. And then you have Soruka, who's one of the most promising rising athletes here from the new program of NXT that, again, Carmen has huge respect for. And each of these women come with their own different dynamic background of athleticism. We got karate, we got tumbling, and we got MMA. Then on the other side, you got the most experienced individual in this match in Fallon Henry, who literally might lead her team to victory, in my opinion. While Jesse J might be the most toxic one pull the strings, I think Fallon Henry might be the piece needed for Jasmine Nix and Jesse Jane to once again run roughshod in NXT. This could be the first step in doing that. JJ, what do you think about this development of your NXT women's division, and what do you think is going to come from this match?
This is the one match that the jury is still kind of out on for me. Like, I'm expecting a knockdown, drag-out fight between these 6 women, but I really am not sure which way this is going to go. You know, the team of Fallon Henley, JC Jane, and Jasmine Nix at least is a cohesive unit, whereas Team Babyface is 3 individuals all with their own egos. And could that be the ultimate downfall for Team Babyface? Carmen Petrovic, Soruka, and Lola Vice.
That's fair, but we've also seen the parts of the sum versus the sum of the parts. Sometimes the sum of the parts actually beat the sum. And while you're saying there is egos, I think there's one ego in Walter's favor, which I'm giving to him nice, and he'll probably say the line again. But I think, again, when you come together for a common cause and you earn respect out of competition, because, again, Lola Vice has competed against Carmen Petrovic. She knocked her the frick out. I think that these 3 can, in a way, coexist for a common purpose and bring something better all together for each other. Walter, what do you think?
Well, before I touch on that, one more thing about the Joe Henry. The biggest song right now is They Not Like Us. So don't be surprised if he makes a parody of that, being that Gallus boys are Scottish, he's Scottish. He might want to distinguish himself from being associated with them. So They Not Like Us might pop up there. But in terms of you really have to ask me with this one. Yeah, I'm kind of with JJ. The inexperience of these 3 being a team and the fact that they're all individuals might come into play here. Besides that, I really, really feel like this isn't a one-time match. It's going to be like a rivalry between the 6 of them. And usually when that happens, the heels usually come on top on the first match, and then or some kind of screwy finish, and the baby faces then get their revenges. So I'm going to go with the heel team, although I'm reluctant and really don't want to say that because Mamacita's on the babyface team. But I think the heels got to take the first one because this might dominate. These 6 might this rivalry might dominate the last of 2024, and then end maybe December or whatever pay-per-view they're gonna end up doing, and then they'll go back to being their separate ways in 2025. But I think for the rest of 2024, we're gonna see the 6 women going at it.
Well, Jeff, again, you are an advocate of women's wrestling just like I, and always a pleasure to know you and JJ as friends of women's wrestling and how much it needs to be respected, but also how much it has been showcased as of lately across the board. WMN roster still. And thank you to those, by the way, that's Roger Cross, all active outlets here as we bring you our full coverage of NXT Grand American Bash across these next 2 weeks in what is the start of another fun week-long schedule here, sort of in the WMN Multiverse and me, in and out of professional wrestling, live watch-alongs, and other events. Stay tuned for more on that during commercial breaks, as we always say here. Fuck television. That being said, Jeff, you look at these 6 women. I mean, we got previous challenges that were involved in the inaugural ladder match, of course, for the NXT North American Women's Championship. We know Lola Vice previous challenge for the NXT Women's World Championship. You got tag team specialist Jessie Jane. You got her rising pupil and Jasmine Edge with the meanest Pele kick I've seen since AJ Styles. And you got Fon Henry, where you think that, again, she's missing that one piece towards maybe finally becoming a champion in NXT. And maybe with these two in her corner, that could lead her finally to rule in this division hardcore country style. So, Jeff, what do you stand on this?
Well, you got to remember something. I'm trying to go back in my archives and make sure this is an accurate statement before I make it, because Lord knows I don't want to be that guy. So give me just a moment here. I know that it wasn't Halloween Havoc she won the title, so I think I'm wrong there. But the Great American Bash has been, at least it used to be, very friendly to. Okay, no, that's wrong there. Okay, never mind. I was thinking for some reason that the unification with Maiko happened at the Great American Bash for Mandy Rose, but that was not the case. No. So JC's definitely looking to regain her foothold atop the NXT women's division that she had when she was part of Toxic Attraction with Gigi and Mandy. And this team that she's got behind her, Fallon Henley and Jasmine, are definitely, in my opinion, the team to do it. As you guys pointed out, while Carmen is still looking to establish herself, Sol Ruka is one of the most promising talents I've seen in women's wrestling, not just NXT, in a long time. She's got a ways to go, but she definitely has that it factor. And Lola Vice has just impressed the hell out of me in her matches this year, especially in NXT Underground. I feel that Fallon joining up with JC and Jasmine definitely gave not only them a boost, but gave her own career in NXT a boost, which has definitely been stagnant with the separation from Briggs and Josh. So I really think that the heels almost need to win just to retain their ever-increasing elevation.
Well, I always say it's not about the vintage, it's about the statement you send. If anything, we learned last week from NXT with what Lexis King did against Eddie Forbes can very well might be a whole different form of victory earned in defeat. Just saying. And
true.
Again, we know that Jessie Jane has also been endorsed by the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, pun intended. And while she is not grotesque, she definitely can be downright mean and also nasty. So don't think that mask won't come into play. What a want in her face.
Never a bad thing to have the WWE champion endorse you. Just saying.
Especially the undisputed WWE champion, who of course will be defending that title this Saturday. Of course, we'll talk more about that on Simply Predicting, which again, folks, it'll be Thursday night after our coverage of TNA Impact, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, you'll have a gaggle of folks that will moderate the chaos on. So stay tuned for more on that. Lord help me. Right. That being said, let's go ahead.
We can't sleep. You guys can't either.
Again, there's a reason why I'm still sane. Let's go ahead and keep moving through this card. We also, of course, not only have championships on the line, we also have the Heritage Cup on the line. That's taking a form of its own. And like Tony D'Angelo, the Donald NXT is the owner currently of this prestigious prize, you see. It seems that the No Quarter Catch crew wants to get it back after he won it against, of course, Charlie Dempsey, who had a great fight down in Bloodsport. Damien Heislow, the newest member to No Quarter Catch crew, has definitely impressed us with his hybrid style and strength, as we saw during Slammiversary, and so far his work with No Quarter Catch crew. But I also look at the fact that the idea right now is making sure that one win Sinclair continues with forward momentum. But is she in it for herself or for the group? And could that be a difference maker here, considering that the Dawn will never put the heat out on a woman? That being said, Jeff, what's your thoughts towards this? Do you think the Heritage Cup could change hands tonight? Or you don't mess with family?
Yeah, you definitely don't mess with family. Forget about it. It doesn't work that way. Just make sure I'm There we go. Okay, sorry, I had a little issue there. Yeah, I don't think that the time is now to change that Heritage Cup off of Tony D'Angelo. I think we need something out of the family before they really change it. And after losing the tag titles, after Tony not becoming NXT champion, having the Heritage Cup almost gives him a little bit of that stroke, a little bit of that pull that the family needs to stay in the discussion. So I think Tony retains the cup in this case.
Okay. That being said, JJ, again, we've seen the Don. He previously, of course, challenged for the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov. And, of course, we've seen the Don lead by example for his family, earning everything he can without anybody interfering. That being said, what do you think about Tony D'Angelo's ownership of the Heritage Cup? And do you think it continues tonight with a victory over Tavian Heights?
I do. I think he's been doing a great job with the Heritage Cup, better than I think anybody gave him credit for. I feel like he's taken it to a level that it needs to be at ever since Noam Dar kind of diminished the reputation of the Heritage Cup. Which, again, it feels weird to say that because I don't think anybody pegged Tony D to be like the Heritage Cup style of wrestler.
Right?
No. No.
Family full of surprises. How you doing?
Hey.
For real.
Yeah, you can't teach that. That being said,
Walter. That is not who I was trying to refer to. Piss on that.
Is not what he was referring to.
No.
NXT, previously involved in NXT. Imagine if he owned the Heritage Cup. Good
Oh,
God.
barf. Oh, I'm going to go throw up. It's going to be a thing.
Look, it already hurt me when he had the Cruiserweight Championship. Then just saying. Anyway,
Yes.
not talking about the past, looking towards the future as we are in the present.
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
what do you think about the Heritage Cup here?
Well, I have to say, forget about it. No way he loses it. No way he loses the Heritage Cup. And I think you keep it on him until you're ready to make him the NXT champion and ready to go after that title. Then maybe that's when he can lose it. Or if somebody, in the family decides to turn the back on them family and stabs him in the back, then when that dissension's ready to happen, that's when you make him lose. But it's too early. He's doing way better than Dar is doing with that. He's bringing a little, prestige back to it. So no way he loses this.
All right. Very fair. Well, as we're just a couple minutes away from NXT, and of course, we'll have plenty of Fuck Television times to talk about what I imagine is going to be the main event because it's the most important match night that we're here. Just so we cover all bases here and the fact that this may be the last time you hear me say these letters in a more non-biased standard. The soon-to-be, in JJ's mind, valedictorian of Chase University once again looks to achieve that dream. It is her third time pursuing the NXT Women's Championship, but she has to beat somebody that has owned this brand since coming in, despite the fact she's only been NXT Women's Champion now for the second time since Stand Deliver. But can Thea Hill, who brought that spirit, confidence back to Chase University after feeling that she needed to be toxic for a time being, can she get it done tonight? It's third time the charm, second year in a row at Great American Bash. For the NXT Women's Championship, it's Roxanne Perez versus Chase Hughes. Thea Hale, who of course earned this way back through confidence and previous wins and has already proven a point against Roxanne, trapping her in the Kimura, but she never tapped. It's still speculation abound that last year Great American Bash, if it wasn't for Andre Chase throwing the towel, Thea Hale could have found a way to fight back and maybe beat Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. Could we see a similar result here? Does the professor trust Thea enough in her own ability that she can actually win this and claim sweet victory? I'm not going to say another word. We're about to go on the air with NXT GAB. Before that, bring us home, JJ. Your thoughts on this?
Well, unfortunately, you brought up most of the points I was going to bring up in this, and the fact that it was a year ago to the day at this event that she challenged for the title, that it was at that event that Andre Chase threw the towel in. And with WWE doing long-term storytelling as they have been as of late, what better redemption than for her to win the title at the show that she almost had it at the last time? And to your point, if it hadn't been for that throwing in of the towel, which started Chase U down this whole spiral, I feel, and it's not just personal bias, although I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't any here. Because, well, I like Roxanne too.
I know.
So it's really not personal biased here, but you look at the storytelling, and what better way to cap off that story than to give her the championship here?
Well, I said before, the tag team was looking for a Rudy moment. They failed at Heatwave, but came damn close. Via Hell is literally the last chance for Chase University to bring prestige to their institution and gold home. It's put up a shot time, Fia. Everything you said, you have to own, or you may never, ever be able to recover after this. She put it on the line, and she's going to bring it all out tonight. Let's get ready to go, folks. And with that being said, folks, if you represent Chase U, put it in the chat. If you represent the Prodigy, say the Prodigy always rise with the promise as we get ready to go here with NXT Great American Bash. Enjoy the show. Enjoy our coverage. I know we didn't talk about everything, but the rest of it's kind of undercard match, to being perfectly honest. But shout out to Isla Dawn Alba Fire. Get the win over the freaking TikTok rejects, and let's move forward. Make those crowds matter. Let's freaking do this.
They better start with the concert, man.
No, this concert should be the semi-main event.
Well, again, we got
that should be right before Roxanne and Thea.
But of course, we got to do our cold opener first, as NXT does with who the heck is that? Is that the freaking Iron Savage generic I was talking about? That freaking Tank or whatever? Hank Tank, Franken. Who is that?
I'm not sure. The Discord is frozen on the Performance Center. Okay, now it's moving. Walter, you got to be up on this, bro.
But I say the Performance Center, it's perfectly. I'm seeing them literally inside trying to hack a computer. I don't think they know what even Python or HTML is. But I mean, this is something. Who are these two? Why is WWE trying to parody a very poor version of Metal Gear Solid?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, we just came off the firewall. At the planet! Oh, well, you're an idiot. Okay, seriously. What is that, a laser? What is this crazy?
I don't know.
You see, this is what makes me go into a Joaquin level roasting, Jeff Ross roasting of this type of shit. But that being said, nope, gonna hold it together. Hold it together. Gonna be good. Promise gonna be good. Wait, they're the hosts? Okay. This is the best host you could get. You couldn't get Kurt Angle on a legend contract.
What is Discord doing?
Working fine for me. That being said, lights are on, and I see red, white, and blue, and you know what that means. From the NXT in Orlando, Florida, welcome everybody in to NXT Great American Bash. Welcome to the show. Grab yourself some barbecue, and let's freaking go. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to JMN Multiverse with me, a live watch event scale 2024 hashtag we're going to die, but you know I'm going to survive. Noah Foster, Walter Cruz, Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams from the call. This is NXT Great American Bash Week 1. Brought to us on Sci-Fi as we see the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, coming in earlier today, looking to once again show why she cannot be dethroned for that championship. As we see the Dawn and the family rolling in with the Heritage Cup in Stock's hands, we're going to defend the honor and the value of it against No Quarter Catch Crew, who is pulling up here in the van.
Somebody's pulling up an SUV.
Oh, Jesus. In immortal words of Jeff, the bad motherfucker is here. Obafemi.
I think the family just felt a little disrespected right there. What do you guys think?
Entirely possible. As we go inside for our first match, it looks like we're kicking things off with women's tag team action for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. As the metaphor, Jada Parker and Lash Legend look to dethrone the unholy union of course, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Technical difficulties. I don't know why JJ leave, but I will check later. Fuck television during commercial break, as everything works fine for me.
He might be resetting it because the Discord is on his side. It looks fine for me, but he says it keeps blacking out.
It's perfectly fine for me. Again, but the best strength you have is rebooting your device, make sure there's no other apps running in the background on the same device, and also hardwired LAN because Wi-Fi is always sketchy.
You're watching it on the Discord?
Yeah, and I have my TV on as a backup just in case, and they are perfectly in sync. As we know, Walter, it was Lash Legend and Jada Parker that got the better of their opposition in tag team action last week to earn this opportunity against the Unholy Union, who of course claimed victory in their homeland of Scotland. As we welcome back to NXT, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and this is their first defense since Clash at the Castle. And shout out to Avatar Man, who is joining us here for the time being.
If I may, Noah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Noah, if I may, since you have access to the television side of it, can you not be on the Discord? We can try to get JJ back in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And of course, these two were challenged by these great athletes here last week, as of course the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships can be defended across any brand. After Isla Dawn Alba Fire were able to outlast Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, the previous champions, back at Clash at the Castle. And they might have a busy week ahead because, of course, if they get through these two, they have the previous champions waiting for them on SmackDown.
This is their first defense since winning the title, right?
Correct. Let's go down to Mike Rome for their inductions.
It's a shame how they treat these titles.
While they are doing that, Walter, if I can get JJ back in on the Discord you're feeding, I'm going to have you pull out of commentary. That way he can commentate on this show. So,
all right.
Let me get him on the horn here. Just hang on. Stand by, guys. I mean, go ahead and call the matches for now, but just give me a minute.
I'm just doing my thing. I'm literally watching 53. Whoa, and screw their judge of the Tip Top Rejects. Champions taking the hot start and the cheap shot. Well, let hell break loose here. The Great American Bash. War has begun. And Isla Dawn taking advantage right now of Lash Legend. Champions taking advantage here in the early going.
Alba Fire saying there is no introductions needed today.
Well, I mean, again, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire came together as the Unholy Union previously in NXT after one-on-one action fallout. And clearly they are not taking their challenger seriously. I don't blame them.
This is their homecoming to the NXT.
Oh, hey, man, small package, just like Cradle 2 count. Oh, word. That freaking woman almost stole it.
We almost had a 10-second women's tag team match.
That would have pissed me off so damn badly. Tag made. And Lash Legend, of course, the power of the metaphor neutralized for now, and Jada Parker has to fight without a partner. Cover by Isla. Kick out that too.
That was a beautiful running knee by Isla, double knee.
It's a very smart move by the champions to neutralize the power game on the opposite side. Lash Legend, one of the most powerful athletes in NXT's women's division. Tag made to Alba Fire. These WWE names still sometimes just are like good. Lash Legend looked for a cheap shot, though. But and Isla scouting it, though, from their face first in the turnbuckle. Just got taken out again. Now Isla Dawn might be looking for some tarantula action here. And a super kick follow up from the front. Great double team by the champions.
Shout out to Tajiri.
Yeah, about to say Tajiri, who literally recently was seen cover by Alba. Gets a 2 count. Recently seen in the Pro Wrestling Noah ring. Of course, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they won those titles off the previous champions who just came back with a new look and apparently the same threat, Damage Control, earlier this year at Backlash.
And the champ's isolating her in the corner. Intelligent back and forth tagging smart thing that this is why they won the titles.
And of course, still to come tonight, we got Joe Hendry live in concert. The NXT Women's Championship will be on the line as Roxanne Perez defends the gold against Chase Hughes via Hill. Double suplex there on Jada Parker. And again, Last Legend, though, able to stop the cheap attack this time. And wow, God, what a pump kick. This is not good.
Lash asserting her dominance as soon as she's in there.
The power of Lash Legend right now being the equalizer here, setting up Jada Parker to fly with a tope cross body, wiping out Lash on the outside.
Lash literally parted the Red Sea there for her.
And you won't miss a second of this in-ring action here. Fuck tell me, go to Wrestle Quiet picture in picture. Who's leaving with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships? I stand corrected. This is sci-fi.
I think we went to full commercial.
Yeah, sci-fi doesn't do that. Again, fuck television. Put the logo up.
But this gives JJ time to get back in here.
Yeah, this is perfect time for Jay to get back in here. Again, folks, Great American Bash, of course, a time-honored tradition in wrestling. Of course, seeing the United States Championship heavily propagated on this stage with the likes of John Cena, Bobby Lashley, JBL at times past. Also, Great American Bash, former WCW property. And speaking of WCW properties, now NXT, now WWE. Of course, later this year, we'll be covering Halloween Havoc as well as No Mercy. And we'll talk more about the upcoming watch-along schedule here later on, I assure you, before this stream concludes. Again, it's our opening match here for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Again, the previous champions also have involved in NXT at one point, included Dakota Kai, Raquel Rodriguez, The Ways, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. And, of course, the most prolific women tag team champions in this era of NXT, Toxic Attraction, who, of course, held them for practically a year before Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade had them for 2 days. And, of course, the lineage of these titles was all the way back when they first were known in the Elimination Chamber, back when it was its own entity, and then merged into NXT through tomfoolery at the hands of Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. So there's a brief history for you on the most relevant titles of WWE that haven't mattered to me since the Iconics
I miss
won them
Mandy.
and lost them at WrestleMania 35.
I miss Mandy. Can we get over what's 2024? Can we get over what she does and rehire her?
Let's be honest here, Walter. If you can make a living without bumping in the ring day in and day out by just showing what the Lord allowed you to crap after he already gave it to you at birth, I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah, that's true. Take it easy on her body.
Yeah, I mean, hey, use your mind. She used her mind, and now she's a freaking 6-7 digit freaking success. So mad respect to her. I love seeing success in the business, especially outside wrestling business, especially when wrestling you think is the only thing you have your whole life. But you need to have another avenue. You need to know that in case this doesn't work, or your body tells you can't go anymore. What do you do beyond that? I think about the bunny, who is, of course, pursuing ice skating right now and other hobbies, including starting on horror podcast. You can, of course, watch her and Allison Kay talk about horror movies as of late on the Chainsaw Girls horror podcast. So good for her. I look forward to Killer Kelly returning to TNA as well after her movie Arachnid. Ugh, I hate spiders. I'm sure Killer Kelly is going to arrive soon to TNA. And, of course...
Sci-Fi within a span of minutes proved us wrong twice because now they just did side by side.
Did they? It hasn't done it. It hasn't done it for me yet. I got a full commercial, so maybe it depends on what sort of feed you're looking at or where your channels come from. Because right now they're talking about some other pointless bullshit I can care about. So again, if it's not wrestling, I don't give a shit.
It says we.gov, some kind of injection, but then I can see the match on the left side of the screen.
Well, I can't. But why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about it, and again, give your own colorful taste on Lash Legend. I mean, Lash Legend has been one of those that we've followed though for a long time, ever since her. There's the picture in picture. Now I see it. Alba Fire with Jada Parker in the corner, and the shoulder blocks there. Sci-Fi is going to be a bitch over these next couple of weeks. I can tell. And right now, the champ's trying to regain control, and Jada Parker ripping down.
She did a reverse X Factor, sort of.
And we are back here at NXT on the Great American Bash for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Jada Parker and Lash Legend Metaphor challenging the champions, the Unholy Union. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire coming in hot with some stiff shots. And see Ora Mensah cheering on from the outside. And of course, Ora Mensah will be involved in a contract signing with All Equals and Page to challenge for the NXT Championship next week on NXT Great American Bash Week 2. Want to give a shout again to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams. This is his brand. Please follow him. Cassidy 18 Studios. Show your support, so your love to him. Super chat him. Follow his Renegade reviews. And for the Love of Wrestling series, currently on hiatus, but please show your love to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams, your weekly moderator of the weekly Saturday Night Shenanigans at our open mic night. Walk out a choke slam! And Last Legend with the cover for new champions gets a 2.5.
Lash
right
is
now, she's on
using
fire.
She's literally using her as a batarang.
And right now, again, we talked about the power of Last Legend, one of the most powerful athletes here in NXT, only with a background in basketball prior to coming here to NXT. Referee distracted here, combination, high kick by Alba Fire. Isla Dawn neutralized Jada Parker. Last Legend now isolated with the tag champions.
The backstabber here.
A setup with the backstabber for a Swanton combination. If the Unholy Union going to win their fall again as Jada Parker saves it.
Parker in the right place at the right time there, Noah.
Yeah, quite literally, that sheer awareness. Jada Parker driving Aladon to the outside, ripping her down by her hair, and taking Aladon down. Up a fire right now on her own with Last Legend in the ring. Of course, WWE coverage doesn't stop here, folks. We got City Predicting later this week, as well as you will see our own coverage here for WWE SummerSlam emanating from the Cleveland Brown Stand in Cleveland, Ohio. This Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have our own kickoff show prior to that. Nice flatliner, DDT there by Alpha Fire off the ropes. Here's the cover, get a near fall.
And did you notice, Noah, how weakly Lash kicked out there? That wasn't a full kick out.
And of course, we talk about NXT, previous NXT alumni, the EST Bianca Belair, watching on here. As of course, you folks will be part of the conversation on the Twitch using the hashtag NXTGAB, and Jay Cargill as well watching on here, because again, regardless who wins here, the previous tag champs, Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair, have cashed in their rematch for this Friday on SmackDown. Irish whip now as Last Legend drives her shoulder in Alba Fire. The Unholy Union, by the way, the 27th women's tag team, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions in these titles' history. Currently on their place of play.
Sorry, Noah. Aren't you a little shocked that they didn't cash that in at SummerSlam as opposed to SmackDown?
Yeah, but maybe they'll do it on the 3-hour kickoff, because who the hell is going to watch that shit without any wrestling? Electric chair, Cazadora, transition, follow-up. Oh, what a stutter! They got all of it. The cover. Do we have new champions? Isla with the save.
Turnabout's fair play with the saving.
A great tag team wrestling here by both of these pairs tonight here at opening cards of Great American Bash. Let's let in sending Isla of the apron. Drops the rope though, and Isla Dawn sends Lash Legend to the floor. Now scouting Lash. And running Meteora off the apron. Alba Fire once again with Jada Parker, who was looking for the big Famouser. Eats a kick.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think she was looking for a Famouser, but she landed awkwardly too. She might have pulled her hamstring there.
And this might be it. Gory Special, Unholy Union. The evil touch connects.
I think it's over, Noah.
Half, hook the leg, champs retain.
So we now know what's going to happen on SmackDown, Noah.
Well, do we know for sure? Are you saying the results are going to be the same or it's going to be different? But as far as the setup, you're right. After this great win by Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, they now will defend those tag team championships, their second defense against the previous champs themselves, who are now involved in the decision. Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair this Friday on SmackDown.
As we go to the replay of the ending here.
Yeah, that evil touch, that gory bomb, double DDT. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn making sure the metaphor was down for the count.
And just to clarify, yeah, it just simply made, we now have the match set for SmackDown. We know what it's going to be.
Well, 2/3 of metaphor are unable to capture gold. Kenora Metzer capture gold next week. Still to come to away.
Something's happening, Noah. Something's happening, Noah.
Oh, boy. Well, you know that his ego had to stick his nose into this business at some point. As the face of NXT, all ego for Page has arrived. Oh, boy.
I'm actually hoping that this leads to dissension in the metaphor, because I want Last Legend to be on her own.
I do think Last Legend has more potential on her own than she does along these two yahoos. Notice the mic, by the way, on Ethan Page. He even replaced it, not NXT, all ego. Again, or Mets right now, the 1-2-3 guy. Can it be the 1-2-3 guy next week and win the NXT title?
We'll see. I'm surprised they're calling this night 1 and night 2 as opposed to week 1 and week 2.
Well, you know.
Technicalities, I guess.
Well, it is WWE. I even pairs with a kick shot.
No, count it. No, count it.
Hold up. Cover. 3 count. 3 count. 3 count. We're about to take again.
Do we say that's a 6 count, Noah?
I would call that a double decision.
That is now counted 1, 2, 3 times he has done this.
But can he get it when it matters? Because it is official next week. It's all Eagle for Page versus Aura Mensa for the NXT Championship.
As we go backstage here, Noah.
Cedric Alexander here. Earlier today with, Sean Spears. Cedric looks like he's trying to inspire some young NXT prospects while Sean Spears believes he's the guy to lead the future. And make a difference in people's lives like he did. And you see who's looming on the other side of that ring, Brooks Jensen.
There's a lot of factions in WWE now. It looks like Sean Spears might start his own. His temper. He can't control his temper there, Noah.
Sounds like we got an impromptu match for later tonight. There you see the No Quarter Catch crew getting prepared for the Heritage Cup.
About 4 years ago, I represented the United States in Greco-Roman Wrestling Olympics.
Represent and shout out to the Olympics going on right now. Team USA for the win. I wish them all the best. Shout out to the gymnastics team that was just recently in action, as our own no DQ queen, Caitlin Riff, is, of course, a huge supporter of such athleticism and such spectacle. And Shay, yeah, it's no DQ. And if you haven't already, please go check out no DQ's predictions panel, of course, for SummerSlam. As we go from one locker room to the other, we see the other half of Hank, Tank. I can't tell who is who here. The dummy one,
the families. Yeah, here we go. The family's locker room now.
Yeah,
that's Hank. Tank is the other one.
I don't give a shit. Thing 1, thing 2.
Mm-hmm. I don't do it every 4 years. I do it today.
God damn it, Noah.
I know things are too, Jeff. When I was once a wee lad, I saw that movie. I used to read the books. Anyway, full commercial break here, folks. We get ready for the Heritage Cup. And again, it is a busy week here at the Multiverse of me as we got the Renegade Wrestling JJ Woods back on screen. Oh, and of course, fuck television. JJ, first off, welcome back. Technical difficulties aside, your thoughts on, I'm sure you're not surprised, the outcome of that match, considering your bitch now has a second chance at claiming back those championships this Friday. Go ahead and give your simple take and maybe your simple prediction.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to go back and rewatch that match when it re-airs for the West Coast because I missed most of it trying to get things straightened out.
Fair.
I did come in time to see the finish and that float over pin by Isla, and I just wanted to see that on replay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, watching her stick her booty up like that. It's like, please just run that back a couple times. You know what? You sit there giggling, but if your Mamacita was doing it, you'd be popping too. Okay,
let's be honest, Walter. You know better than anybody else here in the Multiverse of me. That's why I'm the most integral guy. That's play-by-play.
Except for when it comes to certain animals that hop around with long ears.
She doesn't wrestle anymore. You can't use that against me anymore. You stop it.
Oh my goodness!
So I didn't say her name. I'm just saying, you know.
I will put your ass back in YouTube territory and leave your ass there with the door shut. Don't think I won't.
She was involved. You couldn't exactly say that, but
well, yeah, but
I won't digress there. But to Josh's point in the chat room, we need to see Noah start throwing the sign up as he is obligated to do so today because he is enrolled in the esteemed halls, the hallowed halls of that esteemed institution.
I love you too.
Is Chase U.
Sorry.
Hey Noah, did you get your schedule yet?
Anyway, full commercial break here, folks. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here. Of course, they are talking about.
No, you're not going to blow past that one, sir.
Yes, I am. We're not even on the show yet.
Deal. This was part
it's locked, Dylan. Relax.
Damn it.
I think he picked night classes, JJ.
I'll be so glad to get out of this.
Specifically 8 p.m. on
Tuesday. Time.
He did summer school courses. That way the classes are shorter length.
You're lucky I don't practice arsony. I would burn this place to the ground. That being said, to JJ's point again, Fiat Hills to the gum. I imagine that's the main event tonight for the freaking NXT Women's Championship. So we'll see what happens there.
And Josh, he did it.
Getting back on track again, as JJ was talking about a moment ago. SmackDown, of course, kicks off SummerSlam weekend. Of course, you will be here with a pre-show and, of course, coverage Saturday. While I will be there live at Cleveland Brown Stadium. We know we have, I believe, 7 matches official, 6 regarding championships, and 1 regarding a grudge. CM Punk's first WWE singles match since he's returned to the damn company.
Since you mentioned SummerSlam, while we have a full commercial, producer man, why don't you hit Noah's favorite trailer that takes us from this weekend SummerSlam all the way through SummerSlam 2026? ... Producer man?
I think he got distracted with something about locking a door.
About to say,
okay,
he's trying to fix his firewall.
Since I am in here, I will go ahead and run it then. Here it is.
Well.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And again, as we get back our short of NXT, we are truly encompassed about here all the time here across the Multiverse of media, all the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it! And combat sports and other forms of sports too. As we're getting a video package here for the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, who felt betrayed and held back as part of that unit, and of course, right now, without his tag partner in British Strong Style, Tyler Bate, he getting down to NXT to help some people lost figure it out. And he has set his target on the former NXT champion, Trick Williams, who literally asked Pete Dunne for advice. And of course, Pete Dunne, no stranger to doing things on his own and figuring it out. He made an impact when he inaugural came to WWE in the inaugural NXT UK Championship Tournament. While he lost out on that tournament and Tyler Bate won, he was still the focal point and talking point by the end of it, to the point at NXT TakeOver Chicago, he won that championship and defined NXT UK and put that brand on the map. Says that Trick is an amazing athlete, got all the tools. But again, does he have that guidance? Does he have that fire? Does he have that drive enough to get back what he believes is his? How bad does he really want it? I guess Pete Dunne's going to try and find out the hard way. Very painful lesson. Not by Fish University either.
JJ, you were being very courteous to Noah when you were talking about his former favorite. Maybe they'll have the Joe Hendry magic. If you say her name, she might appear.
That's right.
So I'm just saying. Next time, say her name. Maybe she'll show up and surprise Noah and make his freaking day.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Always
Ooh.
a possibility, Jeff. It is always a possibility.
I'll give you this, JJ, for your NXT. You actually do bring the idea of endless possibility, but we'll see if a possibility can happen here in No Quarter Catch Crew regaining the NXT Heritage Cup. And shout out to Big G, Emmanuel, good to see you, and Josh, also thank you for tuning in. And thank you again to those that are tuning across all active outlets here. It's the Renegade Wrestling Jay Williams, his brand, damn it, of course. I am the Seminole Foss, the voice of JMN Forever Great Professional Wrestling, damn it. Newly enrolled and chase you for one night only. Don't get used to it. As we got our Heritage Cup Championship match underway here, Taman High's looking to bring the cup back from the family, the Dawn of NXT, Tony D'Angelo.
I'm still waiting to see, now that this NXT TNA crossover is happening, we've seen in TNA recently Little Guido Maritato and the Full-Blooded Italians. I want to see that crossover. I want to see the FBI with the D'Angelo family. It could be a different city version of the Syndicate. You got the Brooklyn, you've got the Queens, you've got the Staten Island, you've got the Philadelphia contingent, if you will. It could be one of those type of things. And just great way to tie it in, man. Let's go.
Well, I mean, you're talking about full-blood Italians versus whatever you want to classify Tony D'Angelo and his family as we go down to Mike Rome for their inductions on what is our Heritage Cup Championship match. And again, Santino Marella, Anthony Corelli, actually Canadian, folks. That being said, for those that don't know what a Heritage Cup match goes, the rules are as follows. 6 3-minute rounds, 20-second break between rounds. It is technically a 2-out-of-3 falls match. Falls can be scored via pinfall, submission, or countout. When a fall occurs, the round ends immediately. Disqualification or knockout ends the match altogether. And after 6 rounds, the most fall wins. But if there is a tie, the champion, in this case, the Don, will retain. So for Tavion, there's only one way to win. He has to do it 2-out-3 falls. There's no other way of doing it. Don of NXT, of course, who beat Charlie Dempsey, of all people, to win the Heritage Cup after falling short for the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov. JJ, we talked about before that Tony does not look like a guy that you think would actually fit this type of prestige, this type of wrestling style, but he has certainly surprised as bell rings are underway, clock is going, and I think what also is a great strength here for Tony D'Angelo, unlike most people, he has a family in his corner versus a single man.
Yeah, no doubt. I apologize. I was just sending a quick message to Jeff, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen here. Tavion Heights, man, he was part of the breakout tournament last year. You could say that he kind of replaced Damon Kemp in the No Quarter Catch Crew. They knew Damon Kemp's contract was about to expire. They found another guy that kind of fit the bill to take his spot. He showed up on TNA Impact with the rest of the No Quarter Catch Crew to do his thing and represent over there. I'm curious to see how Tavion Heights does in this situation. This is going to be his biggest test to date, going in there against a man who's a little bit more grizzled, a little bit more seasoned in the NXT landscape like Tony D.
Yeah, but again, as we learned earlier, Tavion Heights is a former Olympian who represented America in Greco-Roman wrestling. Shout out to Team USA again as the Olympics are going right now in 2024. And it's one of those things where when you're in the No Quarter Catch Crew, you know a thing or two about the grapple game. And both these men definitely have a similar build, definitely bring a similar test of strength. Nice double-A tackle there, though, by Tony D'Angelo, taking Tavion Heights up and over. Hard takedown there. And I almost do wonder if Tavion Heights can ground the Don. That might play better in his favor. And right now, we're a little bit over 2.5 minutes in this first round, up 6 here. No fall render. Tony D'Angelo taking Tavion down. Side headlock takedown down the mat. Keeping control of his opponent, keeping him towards center. I've seen so many different forms of this type of wrestling. Not necessarily pure wrestling, but trying to bring it back to a degree. I think about Grand Slam Impact Wrestling. I think about the most prestigious form of pure wrestling this day and era. Pure Championship Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Shout out to Lee Moriarty, Tiger Style, who beat Willa Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship last week Friday on Death for Dishonor. Headline takedown again by Tony D, bringing Tavion down as we are just a little bit over 35 seconds away from this first round ending. And again, we do think about this being a strategy, but in a way, it's almost a marathon more so than it's a sprint, especially when you think about how important it is to get that first fall. But you don't necessarily want to go after that first fall too quickly because you could make a mistake.
I don't know about that, Noah. I think in the case of Tavion Heights, you want to get a quick pinfall over a guy like Tony D. It would completely take him out of his game. Then it gives you the advantage because he's playing from behind the 8 ball.
Trying to lock in an ankle lock of sorts here. We're down at 3 seconds. Can he get him the tap? He's got it down there, and that's the end of the first round.
Might not be enough time. He locked that in too late.
Talk about, again, that proverbial idea of the Heritage Cup saved by the belt. You got to imagine if Tony D had maybe like 30 seconds, he probably could have got a submission out of there. And again,
there's Ren Sinclair, Maddie Renkowski from the crowd showing her pledge to the No Quarter Catch crew.
Well, we were talking about earlier
commercial fuck television.
About the rest of picture-in-picture fuck television, full commercial break on my side as we talk about that real quick. Again, JJ, we're talking about during the pre-show here. Wen Sinclair, is she here for her own self-benefit to be part of No Quarter Catch crew, or is she actually here to help the group? As you see her turn on from the audience. Before we get JJ's take on the story of Wen Sinclair trying to prove that she is catch can as the son of one Lord William Regal. Walter, you're a guy that, of course, looks at MMA. You are an MMA expert here. MMA is all about, ground combat, the mat game, a grappling exchange. You just covered Bloodsport, of course, with James Keebert. Looking back at that first round, what would you think the best takeaway, if you were judging it, scoring on points, looking at Tavion Heights and Tony D'Angelo's style, what's your takeaway from that?
I think Heights has the right strategy. He was trying to blindside D'Angelo and surprise him. But I would do what JJ's saying. Go for the quick pins, go for the quick submissions, and just try to shock your way into it. Don't take it easy. Time right now is not your friend. You want to do something that's going to get somebody to tap. You want to do anything that can hurt somebody in a quick manner, because time is the enemy in these kind of matches.
And JJ, to your point on Wen Sinclair, yeah, she's cheering on, but you wonder again, is that more of a distraction versus a benefit at this point for No Quarter Catch Group, particularly Tavion Heights, despite the fact she's not at ringside, she's amongst the fans in the bleachers.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both to your earlier question. I think she wants to align herself with them because let's be real. What the fuck has Ren Sinclair done in the past 6 to 8 months? So by bringing her into the No Quarter Catch crew, you get exposure, you get TV time, and you could possibly get a solid push to Kaylani Jordan in that North American title at least. Plus, you get a fourth replacing Drew Gulak at the end of the day, who of course had to leave. Then you get back to the Horseman status, you get the Evolution status, you get that cramp in your hand where you can throw up the 4 when it comes to this team. And 3 guys and a chick, I mean, that's a pretty solid unit. Maddie Ren Sinclair, I keep going back to Maddie Renkowski because that's how I, watched all that Mission Pro of her. But Ren Sinclair is no slouch.
No.
Again, not at all.
We are now in picture. I don't know about you, Noah. I have 103, 2, 1.
I am nothing
flat.
I am nothing right now, so I'll let you know once I see something. Something! I still want to see something versus Bethany. But
we don't know what she holds over them. I mean, if you believe the internet rumors, the dent is supposed to be in that trunk of that Buick car when she walked out.
They dumped Demp, basically, is what you're saying. They dumped Demp.
But we know what really happened. But that's what she saw, and that's how she made her way into what she holds over their heads.
That's fair. And again, folks, the Olympics are going on right now. Support your team, support your nation, support your sports. I got a clock here that's on 27 seconds, JJ. So I got finally picture in picture here. Looks like we're in
let
round
me know when you get to 20.
20. And right now, Tim and Heinz right now trying to fight back against Tony D'Angelo's. I finally am back here, folks, with you all here. And we all three are back here. Again, fuck television. Sci-fi's even worse than USA. I said what I said. I don't give a fuck if you're a fan of this science fiction nonsense. Front face slap by Tony D'Angelo looking to take Tim and Heinz for a ride. Big superplex. And the clock runs out. And round
Saved by the
Man.
bell is Tavion Heights. Call him Zach Morris.
Man.
So we got one pin that was saved by the bell. We got one submission that was saved by the bell.
And think about what you just said, Walter. Both of those attempted decisions was by the champion. Nothing's been attempted so far by the challenger. As we enter round 3, JJ, do you think there's a sense of urgency yet now with Tavion Heights?
Quite possibly.
Oh!
I mean, big forearm shot by Tavion coming out of the bell here.
Being the aggressor. Whoa, Italian D! Fell on the cover! Lateral press kick out. You were saying?
I definitely think Tavion Heights at this point is like, man, I got to show something to these guys. They let me into their stable. You look, he can barely get Tony D up for offensive maneuvers now.
Forget about it! Cover Tony D on the ball at one point!
That's one.
I was going to say, something's going on with Heights' back.
Just like
Ren
that.
Sinclair into the ring. She's trying to get Tavion up in hype. You can do this.
This is not.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Slapping the taste out of his mouth.
The old
But
Tito Trinidad
with
trick.
a guy like Tavion Heights, that's how you get him fired up. Look at him. He is fuming. He's like a rabid dog now, ready to go after Tony D.
Well, I mean, hell, screw the freaking analysis here. Just get back to the fighting. Tavion Heights got bad to hell in a hurry, taking out Tony D with a net breaker.
I was just going to say that.
No
Meatloaf.
What a takedown! Cover! Put the leg. Tavion Heights on the board.
And it's all due to Ren Sinclair. It was due to her getting him fired up there.
What the
Charlie
hell?
Dempsey's got to be wondering now. She's like, look, I did that.
Mm-hmm. And if you follow old school boxing, Felix Trinidad, his dad used to do that. Smack him in the corner and they would fire him up.
But now everybody is going on the outside. Tavion is left alone in the ring. The family's helping, but they're all bickering outside the ring.
Well, that being said, we got players back inside the ring here. Both men now have a single point. We're in round 5 of 6. Next decision wins the Heritage Cup. And when Sinclair doing something Charlie Dempsey's never done, wagging a fire out of Tavion Heights. Tavion Heights right now hoisting up Tony D up on the shoulders and just tossed him down. Awkward landing. Back to the gut wrench. Wow, gut wrench, bro. It's a cover. Great suplex for the win. New champ gets a near fall.
I don't think we're going to get a decision in this round, Noah, because of the way that the rest of the No Quarter Catch crew was bickering outside of the ring. If Tavion Heights can survive this round, then we're going to go to the 6th and final round here.
And Tavion Heights right now trying to make sure he cleans it in round 5. Got another near fall off the belly. Overhead throw. And to your point, though, again, Tavion Heights isn't worried about what's happening on the outside. He's focusing on Tony D. He knows right now he's in control. Oh, no! And just stun gun himself across the middle rope.
He's not worried about what's going out there right now, Noah, but if you watched in between the 2 rounds, he kept looking out there for some kind of help, some kind of motivation, and they were bickering.
And right now, Tony D taking advantage of that distraction, that lack of judgment. Big spine buster.
Tony D's fired up here with about a minute and a half left in this round.
And talk about spine buster with authority, by the way. Rocking the back of Tavion Heights. Irish whip over the rope. And again, another big spine buster. Is it enough here to retain the Heritage Cup? Tony D retains.
Forget about it.
Seeing that bickering on the outside in between rounds could have been what ultimately led to Tavion Heights' downfall in this match.
Yeah, but Tony D, though, still, there was a moment of urgency there, clearly, as he went back to back with the spine busters. He wasn't letting Tavion Heights have any chance to try and mount a comeback against him. Tavion Heights a strong showing in round 4 as Tony D clinches it in round 5, 2-1. Tony D is still our Heritage Cup champion here in NXT. As we go now to the Twix, as we see one half of our 6 women's trios match coming into play. Jesse James, Jasmine Nixon, Fallon Henry. talking about how this place is a joke. It should have been us. Gee, where have I heard that before? And of course,
It looks like they were at Disney World. I could have swore I saw the castle behind them.
I will always,
It does look like that.
I will always support a woman that knows how to wield a katana. That being said, Carmen Petrovic and Soruka, no strangers right now towards the bullying and the verbal insults, and apparently unaffected as Soruka's working on her tan.
Mamacita!
Oh, good grief. Of course, Lola Vice, who crossed over from Bellator MMA to WWE. Soruka, a former tumbler, national collegiate gymnast. And of course, the Carmen Petrovic, a black belt in karate, as we get ready for more singles actions here with Brooks Jensen after the altercation
Wearing a
earlier.
Jimmy Rave t-shirt. Interesting.
Okay. I do like that. Respect. And of course, this was brought on based on that altercation with Sid Alexander. Sorry, Big G, like I told you, I am nothing more but a simple, well, I'll say that here in a moment. Brooks Jensen goes one with Sid Alexander next on the Great American Bash here on NXT. As I always say, I'm nothing more but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling, damn it! That being said, well, we got a moment to regroup. Good to see Avatar Man on the screen. Again, before I give it over to the Dash Noise on Wrestling, Walter, closing take on your MMA analysis of the Heritage Cup match. I mean, you saw him at height. You saw what he brought when Winston Clare fired him up, but he made one crucial mistake when he went into that second rope, and Tony D'Angelo capitalized with 2 spine busters in the end. Did you see any other flaw in either man's game, or could you have seen that go maybe a different way, maybe go to round 6?
Not really a flaw, but it looked like Heights. Tony D'Angelo did the right thing. He compromised Heights back, and then in the end, he couldn't pick him up, like JJ pointed out. He couldn't pick him up for a lot of the offensive moves, and that's what cost him in the end. But really, it was that to borrow phrases from JR, it was the Jezebel on the outside of the ring that really cost him in the end.
Fair point. That being said, we got Avatar Man on the screen, so since the Dash Noise on Wrestling have something to say, so I'll give it to them during this commercial break. Go ahead, guys.
Just wanted to clarify, since I'm not actually actively be able to watch the show, there is a match that we don't have a graphic for. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, they just impromptu made Brooks Jensen versus Cedric Alexander based off of the segment that occurred earlier in the evening.
Ah, okay. Just want to make sure I heard that clearly before. As they do. It's okay.
Yeah, once or twice on NXT, it seems, more than often or not. Yeah, I mean, this does happen, you know?
Which that's why I raised my hand up. You know, a lot of people are talking about who they want to see John Cena wrestle on this farewell tour of his. Maybe it's just the sentimentalist in me. I want John Cena versus Brooks Jensen.
Eh? Brooks
Jensen is the son of Bull Buchanan, the former B Squared who used to come out with Cena.
Okay.
So to have Cena wrestle his son, I think would be hell of a give back.
Fair enough.
Deep tissue you got there, brother. I'm here for it.
I do like that.
You know, the obvious thing would be to have Cena win, but if we could have a schmozzy finish, let it go to a double count out, double DQ, just so that Jensen looks strong in the going,
right?
Without Cena taking the L, like I think that's the way to go. But give me Jensen versus Cena.
That's an
I
interesting.
think that would be a great way to kind of round things up here for him.
What a throwback that would be.
About to say, yeah, that's an interesting throwback. And I also look at it like this: retirement is not a single match. According to John Cena, his retirement is 12 months.
Yeah, it's
you
a
gotta
tour.
Eat some losses. So
exactly, and I gotta figure he's gonna come to NXT at least a couple times during that run just to try to help put the next generation over.
I mean, he guided Trick Williams when he asked the question, when you knew it was your time, why we never got the answer. Trick found when his time was, and he became NXT champion. And I'm sure Trick Williams would love to take on the franchise at some point. But right now, Trick Williams has a bruiserweight waiting for him. As we're back here in NXT Grand American Bash, this impromptu singles match here. Night 1, of course, of this 2-week spectacle here on Sci-Fi, again, due to the Olympics. Nice to hear it's there by Cedric Alexander, rocking Brooks Jensen, stun gun across the second rope. This literal impromptu singles match. And this really stems from the fact that Cedric Alexander has been talking about how people been driving off emotion, misguided judgment, why Shawn Spears has been encouraging that raw, reckless behavior. In fact, he encouraged it last week when Brooks Jensen destroyed his former tag partner, Josh Briggs, who's now heading to Japan to be part of the M1 victory. But I do wonder, again, what is Shawn Spears trying to draw out of Brooks Jensen that maybe Brooks Jensen believes he already has? He even said that, don't help me. So, again, does Brooks Jensen trust Shawn Spears, or is he still unsure of himself? You see the distraction here right now.
Do you guys think will he be able to control him, you guys think? Because it looks like Brooks is off the hinges now. He can't control his anger. He can't control his anger. Can Shawn Spears be that bug in his ear that kind of brings him back down to earth, do you think, JJ?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if anybody can control Brooks right now, let alone a madman like Spears in and of himself. As you see Shawn Spears making his way down the entrance ramp here in the Performance Center.
And again, we saw him jaw-jack instead of Alexander, who is trying to share some words of knowledge with some promising NXT prospects. And that's what brought this match forward in the first place, saying that Brooks Jensen, to your point, is out of control, unstable, not ready. Again, this is a different Brooks Jensen than we previously dealt with as well, and that might also make him more dangerous.
Shawn Spears is reminding me of a little bit of when CM Punk was in the Straight Edge Society, the way he manipulated things to try to control them. He's reminding me of that kind of character, and maybe he's trying to get a group and somehow manipulate them into thinking the way he thinks.
To your point.
So would that make Jensen his Gallows or his Mercury?
Which one had more hair?
Yeah.
Neither one. They were both bald.
Okay,
both bald.
I don't have an answer. But I do know
Punk had more hair.
Okay. Yeah, he was fitting, all right? One was fitting. The one was
even Serena Deep shaved her hair.
Well, that's true. Shout out to the professional wrestling. Can't wait for her next match. Of course, Riho's injured. Get well soon. Again, folks, for coming. Great American Bash Week 1. Here we'll be back next week. Week 2! Nice rebound suplex. Next week, Tuesday, here on Sci-Fi. And, of course, talking about CM Punk. He will be in action this weekend at SummerSlam, which you all will cover here while I'm there live. CM Punk goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, special guest referee. Stay tuned for more thoughts and analysis on that with City Predicting coming up this Thursday past our TNA Impact stream here at the Multiverse of Media. So Alexander control Brooks Jensen. Mr. Noku Driver! Has he done the deal? Kick out by Brooks Jensen.
I wonder if the referee being out of position cost him there, because he had it a little bit over 3 seconds if you look at it.
Yeah, I definitely think you're onto something there, Walter. The referee was slow to follow up, but Cedric had a great hook of the near leg. But also, to Brooks' point, he actually had no weight over the right shoulder, and Brooks was able to get the right shoulder up. Hey, that was a kick right underneath the jawline. Great agility shown here in core strain by Brooks. Up to the top, but Cedric, no stranger to that. Former member of 205 Live, of course. Oh, and a throat
Former
thrust.
tag team champ in the Hurt Business. We saw MVP show up on Bloodsport
Whoa!
11 issuing a challenge to Josh Barnett for their next show.
That's got to be it, though. Big top row leg drop. Boom! Cedric gets the show at 2.5. Brooks Jensen a little bit apoplectic on that. Shawn Spears just watching on.
I hate to make this comparison, but do you know who Brooks is kind of reminding me of right now?
Who?
The scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Right now, again, he's got a lot to prove.
I mean, look at the hair, look at the beard, look at the way he's dressing, look at his attitude as of late.
Yeah, cry me a river. Whoa,
Tell me it's not very reminiscent of the scapegoat.
And he might have just shattered his left leg with that attempted spinning leg drop across the announce table from the apron, Cedric getting out of the way. And realizes opening lumbar check.
Jesus.
And the cover, hook of the leg, Cedric Alexander with the win. Big victory for Cedric Alexander. It's back here on NXT.
Brooke
Shawn Spears is not impressed.
Yeah, he's going through a character change, and then he turns around and loses in front of
And
Sean
abandonment,
Spears. So it'll
like
be
I said, look
interesting.
at the way his leg collided with that table and that lumbar check that rearranges any man's spine. Nobody's going to kick out of that. Ted Alexander leading by example, while Sean Spears may look to lead Brooks Jensen by example.
But this might be a good way for Sean Spears to say, "This is why you got to listen. You can't be high-headed."
So get a little bit of a veil package here.
Javon Evans here, the young OG, Mr. Bouncy.
Formerly involved in Deadlock Pro Wrestling, always been a lifelong wrestling fan. Of course, previously challenged for the NXT Championship in Fatal 4-Way action. Back at NXT Heatwave, he was the fall guy, but came extremely close in winning it. Talking about some of his favorite matches, his biggest inspirations, John Cena, Shawn Michaels. Nice nod back to WrestleMania 25 and 26. I still say 25.
He's so young. He's got a big, bright future. I don't know if you guys see it.
I agree. There's no doubt in my mind, since this guy came bouncing into NXT, he has taken this stage by storm and by air, quite literally. And again, this is a backstory thing here, folks. So just, level with us. Learn a bit more about the athletes here.
Bit of a showcase.
As they do, even on TV.
Showcase.
Yeah, hopefully you don't got too many of those during SummerSlam where it feels like you're watching television, like it was the last PLE. I mean, that would explain how high he bounces. The boy's been bouncing on a trampoline his whole life. Go figure.
It doesn't surprise me that Jeff Hardy was one of his heroes, just based on his wrestling.
I just pray to God he's not as reckless as him when he gets older.
Exactly.
Oh, good grief. Well, again, as we are just now, believe it or not, folks, at almost the top of the first hour, we saw Tony D'Angelo retain the Heritage Cup successfully against what's his name? Never mind.
Heights.
Hello. Look who's motivating. Yeah, Joe Henry's ladies, man.
26.
And apparently so is Ashanti the Adonis.
What is going on with this dude? Is he trying to be a playboy back there?
Well, I mean, hey, if he can't strike it out in live, maybe he could strike it out in NXT. Oh, wait, he'll get dropped even harder. Joe Henry live in concert still coming up here very soon as we get ready for the next hour here. I didn't say anything. As we get ready for the next hour of NXT.
As we're here on another full commercial, we ran earlier Noah's favorite trailer.
Yeah.
Why don't we run Noah's least favorite trailer and take a look at all the upcoming specials that'll be on open mic night here for the rest of the year and all of next year.
Well, we actually have a secondary commercial. About time we actually get some more commercials on our network because they're more important than anything I can see on television. Also, fuck television. Go ahead.
Roll it, producer man.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
I can't believe in 2026 it'll be 5 years that we've been doing these crazy shenanigans of sorts here. With that being said, game shows! Oh man, I've been listening to the classic Monopoly theme all week. Do you know that Monopoly game show wasn't actually like regular Monopoly? It was like a trivia game show hybrid. And then there was Monopoly Millionaires that was more just games of luck based on Monopoly parties and games. So again, this Monopoly should be a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to do that and see what sort of chaos is caused. So
I enjoy Emmanuel's comment, all the suffering, but I had to go in during musings. All the money grabs, all the money grabs, all the money grabs, all the money grabs. Just game shows and karaoke.
And then you all pissing me off because you all
right.
to hail during a match game where I'd much rather be a judge than a past because I'm the only person that's sober.
You want to talk about suffering?
Oh.
There are conversations being held that very well could include Noah Foster dressing up in full regalia to do Amish Paradise during Weird Al karaoke.
Oh yeah, in October.
What?
You have to remember, Big G lives in the area. He can get you an Amish outfit.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't know.
Plus, it'll be October, so it'll be Halloween time, so you can go to like a Spirit Halloween and get the big old beard.
Oh, dear God.
How many times? You know what? Fuck it. How many times I gotta tell you all? I don't celebrate Halloween. It's not a real holiday. It's a
get ready to churn a lot of butter.
Candy and horror.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's fucking. Oh, hello. TNA!
Hey, I know those guys.
I do too. The Treehouse. We on Tuesday? What? I guess Treehouse can happen anywhere, anytime, any stage. This is fucking weird. Okay, Trey, you're not Doc. Whoever his name is.
As you walk through the
Trey
valley
Miguel versus Javon Evans, please.
Oh my goodness.
Oh please, Magic is also freaking superstition. Everybody's exposed that. Anyway, my brain's all scrambled. You're getting me hot before the damn unbiased. Fuck it, I'm gonna be biased during that next Women's Championship match. We'll talk more about that later. As
you have the right to be, because we're going to be biased the other way.
You have to be biased, though. You have to support Thea. You're part of Chase.
Exactly. You are enlisted in Chase University. You must support the challenger.
Oh dear!
I want to see your hand signs up, the whole nine.
Oh dear! What happens if I don't? Am I going to be expelled? That being said, talk more about that later.
No, you'll have to do extra credit. You'll have to do more courses.
You have to be held after school for further for further instruction.
You can't hold
suspension.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Oh God,
Breakfast Club. What the hell is that?
Oh,
what is up with the laugh track in the background?
It's always been a treehouse. It's a TNA thing, bro. It's a treehouse thing. And that proves after last week's win, the unanimous king deserves a tag title rematch. I'm game. Text Nathan and Axiom. What the hell are those boys thinking?
I don't know.
Are they about to get Probably it is the treehouse. Well, I mean, hey, TNA talent once again back in NXT. Maybe throwing the challenge out there for the NXT Tag Team Championships after that crazy X Division level showcase. I'm game. I'm absolutely game. But for right now, do you believe for it's time for a concert for the first time ever live here in NXT? I don't need to say another name because Joe Hendry's in the ring.
And it's got the same guitar.
Wave your hands, you believe. Interrupt pounds of pure motivation.
And listen to the crowd sing his theme.
This is the greatest
5,000 fans in the Performance Center are singing the song, Noah.
All right, NXT, you got a whole nother level of respect for me. Well done. All right, everybody, enjoy this. Yes! Joe Hendrick, TNA graphic proud, damn it!
I was just gonna say there's a TNA graphic on our.
This makes me so gosh damn happy. I'm actually happy.
Look at the microphone.
Why was I
the
microphone,
guys?
Fuck. Create something special. We all believe in Joe Hendry, except King. Damn.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
It took you a while, JJ, but you do.
Almost everyone's going left.
Almost everyone.
Again, tune your guitar. Oh boy. Don't
Getting
let
everything tuned up.
Yep. Yes, nice and when things better. Just say better. Everyone in NXT. Call back! Joe Hendry! Yes, I love this! Uh-oh. There we go. Bah! Damn it! We believe.
Suck it, duck it, quack, quack, dog.
Booker T never looked better.
Oh,
Shit.
Damn.
for having awful facial hair. Speaking of that, I need to shave. Mine's is getting awful.
I'm gonna get mine cut on Thursday. This is the best concert ever.
Look at Booker T's over there
Everyone!
screaming.
Helpless in the air.
Wait,
on,
you guys
Booker
notice?
T.
Do you guys notice there's two guitars?
Now I'm gonna listen to his old theme because his old theme got the same melody.
Mm-hmm. His ICW theme.
Yep. So prestigious. Bravo! That was awesome.
What do you, there's something. I got a feeling there's something with the second guitar down there. Unless it's just a backup.
Come on, Booker T. That was great. Yeah, this just made me care about this for a long time. Yes!
Uh-oh.
Over! Hey, I'm for that. Do you believe? Let's do an encore! Yes!
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, buzzkill.
Oh, what a way to instantly
Party
be heels. You
poopers.
interrupted this concert.
And of course, Gallus had to crash the party. Damn it, come on.
Noah's got to be torn here because he loves the Gallus boys and he
Gallus-
loves Joe Hendry.
This is not good, though. It's 3-on-1.
This might be a Jeff Jarrett thing. That second guitar is there to get smashed over Henry's head.
Say his name one more time. Someone's getting dicked. Joe, this is not good, man.
And again, Noah, remember, he's from TNA. He doesn't have any backup.
Oh, and Joe just sucker punched. Oh, no, but the numbers game and playing goes right now. A 3-on-1 assault on Joe Hendry. This just ended the show. The fun and games are over.
I mean, JJ, the only friend Joe Hendry made in NXT so far was Trick Williams. So
Oh, no.
unless he comes out, he's got no backup.
And I think Gal's going to see a different tune. Jeez.
Well, I think they just untuned the other guitar, Noah.
I guarantee you he's not going to try any billboards with that smash hit. But clearly Gauss does not want Joe Hendry here.
Telling you,
I
next
know.
week it's going to be Coffee versus Hendry.
Yeah.
We'll have to go backstage to the prodigy Roxanne Perez preparing for Thing 1 and Thing 2 here. Preparing for her NXT Women's Championship match.
Noah, you're the
Preparing
TNA
to lose
expert.
her championship.
You know, look, it'll come down to the better athlete. Thea Hill has all the potential, but she does not have the experience. And experience might be the difference in the end.
Noah, you're the TNA expert. Does Joe Hendry have any friends he can call upon to even up the numbers in NXT?
Well, I mean,
can we get another kind of crossover?
He did go along with ABC last week and broke in Matt Hardy to help once again beat the system. And clearly there are people in TNA that believe in him. And Jada Parker with her own line here. And get these idiots off my screen. Roxanne Perez needs to prepare for our match. Again, and that's where his championship still to come later tonight. As we have a break, first off, as one of the best concerts ever, but Gallus, you freaking bastards! No disrespect to Joe Hendry! Damn it! I am looking forward to that match with Matt Fisher. I think Jada's on to something. I also think we're on to something special when a homecomer has a horrible homecoming and we restore the prestige of the USA with the letters L-A. Night to follow. United States Championship match to come at the biggest event of the summer at SummerSlam. The Megastar versus the Maverick. That is so much more this Sunday on SummerSlam, 7 p.m. Standard Time.
No, I hope you have that same passion during the main event when you have to root for Thea Hill. That same passion you just gave us.
I'm the play-by-play. I'm still going to remain integral, despite what you bastards haven't rolled me in. That being said, again, folks, we still have more to come tonight. 6 women tag action, I believe, is the only match left here as I know of. So after that, I figure all that's left is our NXT Women's Championship match. But by the way, that was the best Booker T has ever looked his entire life in that picture. Who knew he could pull a kilt? That was fun. That made me happy. I love the fact that he went back to his old theme because, again, Joe Hendry makes things better. He can wrestle, he can sing. Joe Hendry makes things better. Tuesdays here on NXT. Joe Hendry. So prestigious. All right, that's enough of that.
I hate when the battery dies. I had to change the mouse's battery. There we go.
Well, if Joe Coffey wants some, come and get some. But next time, do it face to face, not with a guitar in the back. Freaking coward.
No, like I was alluding to, you never know who you can get as a backup that crossover. What if the Hardys can cross back over from TNA?
All right. Now you're reaching for straws. Jeff Hardy's still out injured, and
he's out of action.
Speaking of TNA Impact, I think this is a good segue because again, NXT has made wrestling great and interesting me again on nights outside Wednesdays. To come tonight on our coverage of TNA Impact, we know that Nick Nemeth, the Lineman, will have his first TNA World Championship defense against the former IC champion Mustafa Ali, and Ryan will go one of the self-proclaimed king of TNA, Frank Kazarian, and so much more to come, including, oh dear God, a wedding with PCO and Steph Delander. Nothing so far has made official for next week, besides the fact we know we're getting all Ego and Paige to defend the NXT Championship against Ora Mensah, who's gotten the 1, 2, 3 times, but can he get it where it matters? And again, so much more coming this week, folks. Of course, like I said, we'll be back here Thursday with TNA Impact watch-along event followed by Super Predicting SummerSlam. Who knows who might join me? We'll be Walter. We'll be JJ. We'll be Jeff. We'll be the Dominguez.
Noah, can we call that a wedding, or is that like a monster's ball or a monster mash or something?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a graveyard smash considering it's taking place on Impact, but you already know how I feel about the word wedding and love when it comes to my showcase of wrestling. Blah. So, again, there's a reason why. He's just trying to raise my ire. Nope, remain integral. It's still to come tonight again, folks. NXT Women's Championships on the line. Thea Hale of Chase U will be going after the title against the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, who again says there's nobody in that locker room that could take this from her. She's already proved it against Tam Paxley, Lyra Valkyra, Natalia, Chelsea Green, and of course, Lola Vice. Just to name a few.
I think he's a renegade of trolling right now instead of wrestling.
Well, let's go backstage to Ava Rain with the NXT champion and his challenger.
While they are talking, Noah, the important question on everybody's mind at home watching our feed, do you have your award ceremony face ready for when Thea Hale wins the championship tonight? Are you prepared for that possibility and your reaction to it?
She's not winning. I'm just leaving it at that. She's not winning. I know what's next for Roxanne. And it involves Marigold and Mexico.
All right. Fair enough.
And right now we just got a bunch of jaw. Hey, at least we don't have to worry about this table breaking. Of course, Orman's mentioning why he wants this match to happen. Even Paige wanted this match to happen. Embarrassing and bruising the ego, quite literally, of all ego, Ethan Page.
It's going to be official.
Well, sign the dotted line. There's even Page's signature. Unless they've never seen a contract. Or Metz is saying maybe Chandler got zero respect for him. Or Metz says Ethan says he will never fit in. Not worry being called champion. Calls himself the main man of NXT and looking to put that around the main man's waist. Well, we'll see. All it's going to take is a 1, 2, 3. But can he do it when the bell actually rings? Well, it is now official. The NXT Championship match for next week has been signed and sealed as we get ready for singles action here with Kendall Gray with Carly Bright. What the hell's happening?
Another impromptu matchup here. Not very familiar with Kendall Gray.
Well, I know
think
Carly
this
Bright
might even be her in-ring debut as far as on NXT television.
Well, I know clearly what this is being built towards. We consider who's been confronting these two backstage in your NXT women's locker room. Two playmates looking to be these two's nightmare in Wendy Chu and Tatum Paxley. Speaking of which, oh, it's not that. It's actually the woman that was making a statement against the Prodigy. Looking to bring her own hip attack. OTM's Jada Parker.
Walter's other mamacita.
Woo! Hey, I'm trying to behave myself.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Jada Parker, of course, had her fallout with the OC and Meacham, but was able to break Meacham's face during a ridiculous street fight a few weeks ago. And again, SummerSlam weekend is on full display here, folks. And of course, that starts this Friday. You can enjoy SmackDown if you're in the area. Enjoy Sami Zayn and friends to Cleveland. But check out Damian Priest live. Give to your community in Cleveland, Ohio. Check out Undertaker's one-man show. And of course, the countdown to Cleveland starts. What the fuck, WWE? You are on some dip shit. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show starts 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With a post show immediately to follow here with the JMN Multiverse and Mia bringing you open mic night. The Reigns are underway with an impromptu singles match where Jada Parker's looking to prove clearly she's a threat towards the NXT Women's Championship.
And we're not as batshit crazy as WWE. We'll be beginning our pre-show coverage at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. 1 hour of hype is all we need.
Seriously, what the fuck's wrong with you? 3
Jada
hours
Parker
of no wrestling? Bullshit.
She tried to steal a page out of Lola Vice and do a back fist, but completely missed Kendall Jenner.
And of course, to the
Kendall Gray. I almost called her Kendall Jenner.
But again, we don't know much about Kendall Gray. To JJ's point, it might literally be her first singles match in NXT. So kudos to her. Let's see what she's capable of. Again, another promising young athlete out of the Nil program. There, the cover with the crossbody gets a 2 count as Nil, next in line athletes that come from an background of 0 professional wrestling will become the future WWE superstars today here in NXT. In fact, there will be tryouts in SummerSlam weekend in Cleveland, Ohio. Very curious to see what athletes take their
She's showing
chance
some
to be
great
part of the
athleticism with the way she was jumping off the turnbuckles.
Yeah, but Jada Parker, who's a former all-collegiate volleyball player who, of course, left that sport after a torn ACL, decided to pursue this career in pro wrestling and has already been involved inaugurally in both the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's North American Championship. From face first now in the top turnbuckle goes Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray and Carly Bride have also had their fair run-ins, though, with Tatum Paxley and Wendy Chu. Whoa! Beautiful takeover there into the cover. Hook of the leg. 2 count for Jada Parker. Of course, OTM, Lucian Price, and the other guy, of course, they've had their, like I said, the fall with the Good Brothers here. But they are a unit, JJ. You've been talking a lot about them since they really came together as a trio. And they really have stand out on their own, rising whatever they came out of, despite the fact I call them GTA ripoffs.
That's fair. And I mean, at first they did kind of seem that way. They looked like a Temu version of Crime Time. But they've really kind of started to assert themselves. And I feel like Jada Parker was that missing piece of the puzzle. They were losing a lot beforehand, but now that Jada Parker is aligned with them, they've changed around. They've begun winning a lot of matches. And I think it's all the added inspiration of Jada Parker here.
Jada Parker right now getting rocked by Kendall Gray, looking to build some sort of momentum. Arming her, though, taking her down with a straitjacket.
She inspires me too, JJ.
Back elbow strike
does,
running through Jada Parker here, still grabbing, though, her midsection. The offense right now. Wait a minute.
Here comes Vincent Claire. And
what is this about?
Get Carly Bright right now being jaw-jacked by, whoa! Wow! It happened again! Let's remember, this was the same woman that threw that guy! Double underhook!
Miles Bourne going up and over.
Noah Niles has to be at least 6'5", and she just tossed him like that.
And Kendall Gray just turns the Parker over and gets a 2 count.
She tossed him like yesterday's garbage.
And again, the focus, though, has to be brought back on what's happening inside the ring. If she's going to have a chance of beating Jada Parker right now, whose strength is coming into play here. Oh, my God. And Kendall Gray out of a lot of trouble.
I'm sure Walter wouldn't mind if Jada Parker did that to him.
Yeah, sure
Kendall Gray, by the way, folks, for those that don't know, has a background of sports and religion. And again, taking him down once again.
I wouldn't mind being the volleyball for her.
Uh-oh. And Jada Parker with the hip tonic. And that's the KO shot that Jada Parker needed to waste Kendall Gray tonight in NXT.
You got to wonder if Gray's focus was on the wrong person. She got distracted, and it cost her this match.
Well, I mean, you could give a proverbial assist to Miles Bourne and Win Sinclair off that one. And this is what happens when you give Jada Parker that momentum she needs to run her hip through your face. KO shot. And then
anyone says she pointed at me after that move.
This women's division continues to come out and show out. Jada Parker with a great win tonight. NXT Great American Bash. And there you see Fia Hill, the challenger for the NXT Women's Championship, getting hyped up by Ridge Holland.
Come on, Noah.
1 year, of course, she lost to Tiffany Stratton via ref stoppage after her professor tossed the towel in. And Rich Holland literally saying, you do whatever it takes.
And guys, think about it. What role does Rich Holland play in the main event? We can't forget about him.
Well, you also can't forget about the professor that, again, literally didn't fully believe in his prime student last year at GAB. Rich Holland saying whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But you see, Andre Chase not a fan of that wording.
Well, you said yourself, the professor is all about leading by example and believes that teachable moments lead to success, not reckless abandonment. Rich Holland with a different mindset and a different lesson for Fia Hill tonight that she may need as we get ready now for women's 6-way tag team action here. Jessie Jane, Jasmine Nix, and Fallon Henry have arrived here on NXT, taking on Soruka, Carmen Petrovic, and Lola Vice.
I echo you guys' sentiment. Can we get Fallon Henley versus Mickey James, please?
Yeah, again, you can keep dreaming. Dream on, like Aerosmith once said. But, never say never. I mean, one day you might get an OVW. As we go to a full commercial break, again, fuck television.
And just to address Emmanuel real quick, not 2 matches to end, 3 matches to end, because we just had that impromptu. Now we got the 6-woman tag, and we still got the main event.
Again, NXT knows what to do, unlike Raw and SmackDown to a degree. And AEW, they definitely can do it. They just don't know how to across 3 different stages, why TNA still is my leader since 2008. That being said, again, like you said, this is our near semi-main event here with 6 women out to prove a point to see who really rules NXT. The Toxic Trio or the Dynamic 3. We'll see soon enough. As Avatar Man's back on the screen, I'm going to shush for a moment. I got full commercials because, again, fuck television. Now to the dad side, I'm wrestling.
That's right. Fuck all the television.
Damn it.
Only have television because we have to deal with commercial breaks, and we're used to streaming and be able to bypass commercials. That's why it's happening, Big G.
Interesting. So Ringen is actually an art of grappling.
Yes.
Held out of the Europe area. So Kendall Gray might actually have a little bit of wrestling background in her, despite the fact she has less than 1 year of actual experience.
Yes.
As I try to learn more about these athletes that, of course, trying to be the promising future of WWE. Well, only time will tell. But again, Nil so far has developed a few. So, I mean, I would say if you got more than 0% success rate, that's got to count for something. Anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Just popping into the commercial just because, just felt like saying hello again.
Right.
You guys think you're suffering through commercials. When you're Jeff, me, and JJ's age, imagine we used to see a show, we had to wait a whole week to get the next episode. It wasn't just binge watching.
When they went to commercial, we had our dad send us up to the television to turn the knob to see what else was on.
That's when we were all speed racers to go get something to eat or drink, then run back before the commercials ended.
Well, these are over the days of bunny ears and TVs that are heavier than microwaves with Caploid Ray tubes. I'll give them that.
Now, I was lucky enough where I grew up in the era of the rabbit ears, but I didn't have to the knobs on the television. I didn't have to actually use them to operate my own TV. I did, however, when I was a wee lad, there is as Noah would say, there is a scar above my in my forehead from stitches from walking into the knobs of one of those big ass televisions at my grandmother's. I legit have. Let me see if I can get on screen here without a minimal hassle here. Let me see, because we got this HD bullshit going on here screen wise now. So,
right.
Pardon my house. It looks like shit. Oh, wrong person.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's all right.
Just kidding. See if you guys can see it. It's like right here.
Yeah, I see that ridge. I see that bump. My word, brother.
Yeah. It's not just from fat because I'm fat. It's legitimately because there is a line of stitches right there in my head from when I was less than 2 years old. And my grandma had one of those giant ass TVs with the knobs that are bigger than my head, which is a fucking accomplishment.
Back in our day, there was no remote. We were the remotes.
Exactly. That's right. Turn the knob. Okay.
That's fair. Yeah, Kendall Gray actually is a 3-time NNIA champion and 2023 finalist for USA's Wrestling's Women's Wrestler of the Year award. So she definitely has the skills that could definitely bring her forward in WNXT. So kudos to her. I wish her all the best. NNIA, folks, is National Association of Intercollegiate Athletes. And it looks like
I hate to interrupt you, Noah, but Mr. Stone just presented Axiom and Nathan Frazier with the contract for a match against the Rascals next week on Great American Bash. So called it.
Yes.
I want to see
confident,
Wesley versus Mike Bailey on NXT. How about that?
Yeah. Well, Axiom seems confident, but Nathan Frazier apparently is not a fan of this.
Well, they're having a complete role reversal. When Nathan Frazier, or whichever one was first, when Axiom or Nathan Frazier was doing the speed thing, the one didn't like it. Now the other one's doing it, so the other one doesn't like it.
You can't get on the same page.
Oh, hold on. Let me cease to speaking because Walter's Mamacita is on the screen.
And so is this karate expert in Kamen Petrovic wielding a katana ready to slice through the competition. All right, back to women's wrestling.
And now we can get Sol Ruka to make a splash here.
Hang 10.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup, man. Could we possibly see somebody from TNA capture NXT Gold next week because of all the chaos going on with Axiom and Nathan Frazier? If anybody has the opportunity, I think the Rascals do.
Well, you're talking about opportunity. Again, all 6 of these women are looking to build an opportunity going forward for them for either title here in NXT.
Yeah.
Of course, again, Jasmine Nix and Jessie Jane and Fallon Henry says they're trying to put all these rookies in their place while we have Common Petrovic, Soruka, and Lola Vice coming together against a common foe.
Noah, JJ, imagine the Freebird rule across 2 companies.
Well, I mean, again, if you don't be selfish, the possibilities are endless. And NXT NA so far has proven that quite to a degree, as we got a combo title with Soruka and Fallon Henry. Of course, Fallon Henry betrayed Fia Hale earlier this year, and Soruka was one of Fallon Henry's earliest victims following that, using Soruka as a surfer.
Nice. Fallon surfing on the back
of Soruka, though. Oh!
I apologize for laughing over you speaking, Noah. My woman's oldest walked in as the girls were kind of strutting around the ring and just kind of gave one of those, okay, looks and went back to what he was doing.
And so Ruka now surfing Fallon Henry after that great X Factor.
But again, Noah, with that big knee brace on her left leg, is that a big target of Ruka?
Clearly, I mean, again, that's been a target since she's returned, obviously. But again, she's coming back off a torn ACL or knee surgery. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you don't want to take too much time off because you might get lost in the shuffle, and ring rust is a thing. So I could definitely see the opposition taking advantage of that. But let's also keep in mind that Jessie Jane literally wears a weapon, that protective face mask.
JJ, you realize now I can't unsee Sol Ruka as Daryl Hannah when you said splash now, right? That's going to be a thing now.
Nice suck for that. Hold here by Carmen Petrovic. Carmen Petrovic taking Jasmine Nix over. Ooh, and a spinal tap and a kick to the front.
Kick for that. Kick to the back. Kick
to the throw at the blockbuster net breaker. Cover up the leg and a 2 count.
You notice the babyface team here is getting a lot of quick tags, really kind of isolating each individual woman from the heel team. We still haven't gotten JC Jane in yet. Jasmine's only the second woman to get in, and all the women from the babyface team have had a little bit of action so far.
And of course, the action is going to heat up this weekend at the biggest event of the summer. Nice last chancery here by Carmen Petrovic to Jasmine Nix. Of course, you guys will be covering SummerSlam, as I will be in Cleveland, Ohio. And again, folks, you can tune in our coverage at WMN Media. We will start 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our kickoff. And of course, 7 p.m. Standard Time, the actual show starts. Nice high kick in the corner. Tag made
another tag to JJ's point, another tag. And they're the inexperienced team.
And again,
Walter, I need you to start saying Mamacita every time one of us says Lola Vice.
Not every time, all right?
I plan on it.
A takeover though by Jasmine. See, gets a near fall though. Went for a pump kick. Lola Vice caught it. Went for that high kick, but no just denied. Knife chop. Knife is chop. Exchange here by both these women. Strikes fierce, fast, and furious. Impact, Irish whip. Jessie Jane from up the ropes. Looking for that hit toss again. Oh, nice roll through there with the cover. Crucifix reversal. Near fall by both.
That was a beautiful shift of momentum into that roll.
Whoa, man.
Woo.
That stalling spine buster. Hook of the leg is a 2 count.
That was an MMA style wrestling takedown.
And again, though, the
tag from Carmen Petrovic.
The inexperience of these 3 right now, quite impressive so far. And definitely good cohesion here. Nice double team by Carmen Petrovic. Lola Vice covering with the cover. Gets a 2 count.
These 3 baby faces are working together a lot better than I think any of us gave them credit for in the outset here.
Well, again, we talked about before.
Up for years.
It's a singular MO, but it's 3 different backgrounds. Again, Carmen Petrovic, for those that don't know, has a background in karate, in case you haven't figured it out. Oof! As the tag made, though, by Fallon Henry after that stiff shot by Jessie Jane. Fallon Henry and Jason now looking to double team Carmen Petrovic. And so Ruka, though, coming to the aid of her friend. And look at this teamwork here. Hoisting her up, getting the drop kicks off. Dustin Jasmine next beats a double super
Super
kick.
kick party.
And now Levi squaring up. Oh, body shot to Pound Henry. And a Sobot kid takes foul off the apron. So low that Common in control, and Common looking to fly. Right goes the bad man with the toe, but should see the outside. Crossbody fall away. Uh-oh. And so Ruka looking to fly.
Oh.
Wow.
Gorgeous
I thought she was gonna go
corkscrew.
I thought she was just gonna go for a moonsault. She turned it into a corkscrew.
Petrovic, Ruka, and Lola Vice in firm control here. Can they keep it up when we return to NXT GAB? Fuck television.
I think I need that ice drink after keep watching Mamacita.
I gotta admit, the more I see Saruka, the more I'm impressed. That was a beautiful, almost space driver sort. She has a little Osprey there. Phenomenal athleticism.
Yeah, Sol Ruka has been on my radar since she debuted. There's something about these women that NXT has been scouting and recruiting, whether they are nil with absolutely no experience, or in the case of Kendall Graves, has got a little bit of at least amateur experience. Whoever has been out there doing the scouting, recruiting these women, has been doing a great job, because they are more than just looks. They are actual talent. And Sol Ruka, Kaylani Jordan, right up there at the top of the list.
Too bad.
Yeah, that heat wave match really puts Sol Ruka on the map. Even
it puts Sol Ruka and Kalani Jordan both on the map. Again, we're talking about two collegiately gifted, recognized gymnasts wrestling on one of the grandest stages here in NXT for a championship. The best of friends with the most respect for each athletics capability. And they stood and delivered. And what was a sleeper match of the night for me? It was freaking phenomenal.
No, you know how you know it was on the map? Because the very following Dynamite, the men tried to copy that. The way that they fought.
Well, I mean, it's not the first time something unoriginal has happened in this business. May I remind you about King Ricochet and Will Ospreay in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Anyway, that being said, for those that don't know, again, Saruka, like you said, has been shining brightly, been hanging 10 all the time here on NXT, has leveled up incredibly strong ever since arriving back from injury. And in case you haven't figured it out, she is legit a surfer girl and a beach chick. But she also has a great background in tumbling and gymnastics, which is why she's able to pull off feats like that.
She has many talents. She even makes her own gear.
I didn't know that, actually. That's quite clever.
She's not the only one. Bianca Belair makes all of her own gear as well.
I do remember you telling me about that. Again, what Vic Jones and Booker T need to do to actually try and be some friggin' commentary that's understood by people and connected with. Why don't you actually tell somebody about these damn athletes?
Because they're too busy acting like a duck. Quack, quack.
Oh,
yes,
Ducky dog.
Well, I mean, well, again, maturity in the wrestling business, I mean, is very limited nowadays, it seems, on all fronts. But what do I know? I'm just a simple fan. Anyway, full commercial break here as, again, we get ready for what is to come after this, the NXT Women's Championship, which, of course, will be our main event. And what has been a very fun show. We, of course, now know that next week we have an NXT Championship match with Oliver Page and Ora Mensah. We have NXT Tag Team Championship match with MSK of the Rascals representing TNA, going after the NXT Tag Team Championships against Axiom and Nathan Frazier. And if I have to guess, after what happened earlier, we're going to get the battle of the Joes, Joe Coffey versus Joe Hendry.
I agree. I think that is definitely something we're going to get here. The other alternative would be is if Coffey makes him kind of run the gambit, and he's got to go through Wolfgang, he's got to go through Mark, and then we get the Battle of the Joes at No Mercy in September.
That would be the heel thing to do.
Well, again, right now, the heel thing is Jasmine Nix, Iceland coming Petrovic. We have back here in NXT. The submission in play here right now. The shoulders are down on Jasmine, though, and forced the break. Great counter by Carmen Petrovic. Oh, man, just flies through with the elbow.
That was a beautiful inverted triangle choke she had.
Exactly. You can be part of the conversation. Hashtag WNXT or NXTGAB. Carmen Petrovic looking for the tag. Jesse Jane able to tag in, though. Brings Carmen back towards her corner. Up kick, though. Tag made by Fallon. Lunges. Tag made a lot of ice.
Mamacita!
Oh boy.
And of course, if you want to be part of the conversation or dictate the conversation, here's Super Chat. Simple as that.
Cassidy Studios, Championship and Great Cherry Brand. Lola Virus right now teeing off against everybody here with these lightning fast strikes and kicks. Tammy now
With
Soruka.
her rapid kicks, where she practices that on punching bags. I've seen
What
plenty
is
of
this?
videos.
Soruka springing. Whoa! 450 double clothesline. Got enough of it to wipe out Jasmine Nix and Fon Henry. Or excuse me, Jason Fon Henry.
Is athletic, Noah.
And look at these three right now. Uh-oh, what the hell? I see three corners.
Hip attack, triple hip attack, triple hip attack.
Triple hip attack or triple Bronco Busters? No, triple hip attack.
Trios hip synergy by Lola, So, and Carmen.
Mamacita, I think she had the most, she had her hip attack is the most effective.
And for three rookies, they're literally showing out tonight. Whoa, against these three. High stack off the power bomb and an air fall for Soruka on Fallon.
Was that a tornado power bomb?
That's exactly what that was. Uh-oh. Jasmine and JC wiping out Lola. And Carmen on the outside. Press kick, though, by Soruka. Fallon Henry isolated. And Soruka right now continuing to move forward. Gets her basing out from her knee for her by Fallon.
As a man, that hurt me.
Tag made, Jesse James, Jasmine Nix. Quick tags made here. Soruka isolated. Hangman's neck breaker from the top rope. And Jasmine Nix with the fisherman suplex with a bridge cover. And everybody breaks it up.
Gorgeous, perfect plex there by Jasmine Nix.
All six of these women down. We talked about, again, the potential, the rise, the growth, the showcase of the NXT Women's Division. Pure athletes demonstrating professional wrestling development.
JJ, would you dare say it was executed perfectly?
I see what you did there. I have no idea who's legal at this point. Carmen Petrovic right now, thrown out by Fallon Henry. Lola Vice, though, with the waist lock.
Mamacita.
JC Jane, though, with the cheap shot from behind, sends Lola to the outside. And Fallon Henry right now. And Jesse rolling off the apron, wiping her on the outside. Fallon, though, swinging around the ring post. Carmen catching her, though. Drop jaw first across the apron. Soruka and Jasmine Nix are the two legal women here. This action right now just really lost all control. Into the midsection, up kick, combination offense here by Soruka, spun around. Step of Seguri by Jasmine Nix. Tab made, though, to Carmen Petrovic. Here comes Petrovic, though, flying in with the forearm now. We're going to roll through Jasmine Nix and prove something to these three mean girls here. Great wrist control on just tying up the hamstring with these kicks here. Fall through with the bulldog. Shoot the half into the cover. Hook on the far leg. Gets a 2 count. Jasmine Nix able to kick out. And take a look at the replay here, JJ. Great combination by Carmen Petrovic.
Yeah, very impressive here. Nice solid bulldog. You can see JC Jane getting back up on the heel side of things. Pele kick from Jasmine with the tag.
Tag was made to Jesse Jane. Rolling shot. That literally rocked Carmen Petrovic. Now Fallon Henry legal shot. And Carmen Petrovic just got dropped with the net breaker. Here's the cover. Fallon Henry with the win.
Intelligent tag team. They held Lola Vice at bay so that she can't break up the pin.
And so Ruger was already neutralized on the outside, which means there was no opposition towards Fallon Henry getting the win there. Great trios action here by the NXT Women's Division. That's Fallon Henry, Jesse Jane, Jasmine Nix put these three quote-unquote rookies in their place. But it sure as hell wasn't easy.
And trust me when I say I don't think this will be the last time we see this six women in the ring together.
Yeah, not these six. That's for damn sure. Battle lines drawn in your NXT Women's Division, JJ. And right now it's being led by Jasmine Nix, Jesse Jane, and Fallon Henley as they win the first battle of this ongoing war. Good stuff, though. And speaking of women's champions,
Kaylani Jordan backstage and Tatum Paxley.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I don't think she wants to play.
And look who's behind her.
Oh, Kalani saying, I don't play when it comes to this.
But apparently she will. I don't know what that means, but I do know what this means as we get ready for our main event here. There you see the entirety of Chase U leading Thea Hill to the ring. Thea Hill with the biggest opportunity of her career. The prodigy Roxanne Perez defends the NXT Women's Championship against Thea Hill in our main event. And that is next. Fuck television.
And no!
We'll see.
Dude,
We'll see
I
if
am
she's
gonna
ready.
so lose my shit if she does it.
We'll see if she's ready. We'll see if she has what it takes. We'll see if she's willing to do what it takes. According to Rich Holland, will she do it by any means necessary? Or is it once again going to be a bitter, sweet tragedy? NXT Women's Championship on the line next in our main event here at NXT Great American Bash. Again, folks, thank you for tuning into our coverage. Hope you enjoyed the overall commentary and just, overall showcase we have done so far. This is what we do on a regular basis for all the biggest shows across WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, AEW, TNA, sometimes NWW, and independent wrestling shows as well. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend if you are enjoying what you're hearing. Please support my friends. Your passion, your support, make it all possible. We are here for you and our love for professional wrestling too. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't let it dictate. Casting Studios, Gently Generic, Greg Cherry Brand. Super Chat is truly as simple as that. And of course, we'll be back here next week, Tuesday, covering week 2 of the Great American Bash. Same time, same channel, same place, same threesome, as long as schedules work out here. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, pre-show 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. As we got a full commercial break here, guys, anything you want to say at this point?
I was going to ask both of you guys, what do you think of week 1 so far?
JJ?
No, Noah. You in the chat definitely downplayed the way this week looked on paper. I'm curious to know your thoughts now that it's been more or less completely executed.
He's an eye. I thoroughly enjoyed that 6-woman's tag. The Joe Hendry concert was definitely my highlight of the night. And as far as everything else that happened, Ethan Page got embarrassed again via 1, 2, 3. And now I'm here at the most important point of the night for Roxanne Perez defending her NXT Women's Championship against VAKO. But for a TV show that's calling itself a special, it's been all right. And I've enjoyed it. And I like what's being developed for week 2. It's been fun. But it's still television. I'm always going to underplay television because television is supposed to be less than pay-per-view. But I will say this. That was the number one thing I was worried about. No noticeable canned shit and vacuum sounds. NXT actually feels a bit more authentic from that audience. So thank you for that, Sci-Fi, for allowing that. That was some bullshit last night. I couldn't even watch those damn highlights. Ugh. Anyway, it's been a good show. Good show.
Yeah.
As we head to the main event, Walter, go ahead. Oh, well, actually, Walter, you can't because you muted yourself.
Oh, now I was going to say the bullshit is ESPN Plus and what they did during the UFC. Like,
God.
What happened?
Rough.
What happened? What happened?
What didn't happen, Noah?
Technical difficulties along the way. Fucking awful.
Damn.
I went into the producer room for it. I went back and watched it. Like, God damn, these poor bastards. However, Noah, you'll be interested in this because actually everybody in this room will be affected by this. It was discussed that there is another show on Friday, September 13th that we should probably cover. But they're on at basically the same time. Therefore, simulcast ahoy!
Oh, good Lord.
SmackDown will be back on USA Network the same night as Victory Road.
Well, I know what I'm tuning into and covering, but that being said,
Well,
that's interesting.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be on TNA. The question is who's going to be with you.
Yeah, the question is how do they split the rest of us?
Yeah.
And then based on my work schedule, I'll probably be on the SmackDown one.
Yeah. Whoop, shit. And that's if we can get you properly logged in at 5:00, which was a chore today because of circumstances beyond any of our control. So,
but I just read the rules.
Doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue from here on out because I am logged into a way that allows me to do that.
All right.
And both me and Walter are on at the same time on the same platform.
Joe Hendry, man, got freaking kabonged in the back by
Yes.
Joe Coffey.
Walter, since you're here, and I know that James is much more likely to call a TNA show as opposed to a WWE show, I'm fine with you and JJ covering that SmackDown.
Yeah, that would work perfectly.
All right, and then Noah and James can cover Victory Road, since I know Tatilla's work schedule, if she continues to remain the TNA analyst that we had asked her to be, she won't be home in time to call the show. So
yeah, exactly.
All right,
Whoa,
good. I got that squared away. I
Joe
will allow
Henry's back on our TV.
Yes, I'll allow the Chase U avatar to be the only avatar on screen.
All right, time out. He can have it the best in the world. Next week. 250 pounds pure motivation. Ready to kick Joe Coffey's ass. Yes! And once and for all, Gallus, you will believe in Joe Hendry. Well, we are back next week. JJ, run it down. Oh, yeah, never mind. Hold on. I'll do it. Okay, next week, folks, we're back on GAP. Even face defense the NXT Championship against Aura Mensa. That is week 2 of NXT Great American Bash. And that will be our main event. But that won't be the only fair course that goes down in week 2 here of NXT GAB. And the first Tuesday of August, Trick Williams, after being punked by the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne saying, "You still haven't figured it out." Trick Williams is looking to show him he has figured it out and whoop that trick next week. Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne. First time ever one-on-one match next week on NXT. And you just heard from the 250 pounds of pure motivation. It is now official. The Battle of the Worst Fisher versus the Pure Motivation lately in NXT. Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey, one-on-one. And also after that backstage altercation, Tam Patsy will get to play with Kalani Jordan, and it will be for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Kalani Jordan's second defense since winning it back at Battleground. And also put pen to paper, MSK looking to make some old history once again. David Fraser has to defend the NXT Tag Team Championships against Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz, 2/3 of the Rascals, and Trey Miguel will be in their corner. And that's all week 2 of Great American Bash. But as we come back inside the NXT arena, it is time for our main event of week 1 for the NXT Women's Championship. Can Thea Hale get it done? The challenge.
I believe in Thea Hale.
And Thea Hale again right now, who again did things her own way. At one point was downing herself and one calling her a loser, even calling herself that, but once again found that fighting spirit to bring her back to the promised stage that is the NXT Women's Championship. 1 year ago, he had her first ever chance at this title and lost to Tiffany Stratton in a follow-up. It was It was her professor that tossed in the towel, and Thea Hale's been on a journey of redemption ever since. We're chasing the capture the Tag Team Championships and the Breakout Tournament. Can the spirit of Chase University bring home the biggest accolade in her 3rd ever opportunity?
Your alma mater fight song is playing. Shouldn't you be standing up and hyped up right now?
And there you have the prodigy in the other corner, though, Roxanne Perez, who says that no woman in this locker room, or any locker room for that matter, can take this title from her. Said last week she's tired of hearing the comeback story, the little girl pursuing a dream, which is kind of ironic considering this is what Roxanne Perez literally was in a previous identity. But there's no denying, JJ, that Roxanne Perez has been the face of the NXT's women's division. The prodigy truly has delivered on self-promise.
Yeah, no doubt. And just about any other fight, I would be Team Roxanne Perez. But Thea Hale has been my girl since day 1-ish.
Well,
you got to admit, Roxanne Perez represents NXT across other companies. That's how well she's been the face of the women's division.
And Noah, you have got to admit, you have got to put your one in the air and acknowledge the fact that this Thea Hale that we see before us this evening is not the same girl who walked into the ring with Tiffany Stratton 1 year ago today.
I'll give you that.
She is more experienced and she has got more fire within her.
And Roxanne Perez is not the same little lady that first came into NXT and won this title her first time. In her second reign as NXT Women's Champion now for 115 days, going into her sixth defense, she has done whatever it takes to hold on to that title against anyone in and out of NXT. As the referee holds up the title and get ready here for our main event, the NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez comes in as the 20th champion, 22 years of age, 8 years in the game. Thea Hale, 20 years of age, 2 years in the game, 9 matches prior to becoming part of NXT in her entire wrestling career. Bell reigns are officially underway.
Thea Hale trying to extend her hand for a little bit of sportsmanship with Roxanne, and Roxanne want no part of it. Collar elbow tie up.
And right now going right immediately after the arm. Of course, Roxanne's been implementing her own submission move to get wins. Nice cartwheel takedown there. Shoulders down. Get a 2 count reversal by Roxanne. 2 count again. Trying to get a wrap again. So looking for the jackknife reversal by Thea Hale. Gets a 2 count again. Quick exchanges here. Oh, go for the command immediately. Roxanne grabs the rope.
The mind games for Roxanne Perez, guys. What is usually the opposite of red that somebody wears when somebody's all about the red? It's all about the blue. Her entire outfit, her hair is blue. The psychology game, man, and by Roxanne Perez.
Well, I mean, you got blue corner, red corner, if you want to be quite literal here, then, Walter. You see Roxanne right now exploiting her strategy, attacking the left arm, not only setting her up for that crossface, but neutralizing any effect you're going to have when it comes to having a firm grip on that Kimura with that double wrist lock. Throwing her up on the ropes to drop down by Thea Hale. Roxanne picking up speed. Good agility shown by Thea here. Up and over. Catching her with the handstand. Handstand escape by Roxanne. Stalemate in the early going. And it seems like Roxanne right now is one step ahead of Thea Hale. Nice arm drag takeover there, though.
Both women showing their athleticism here, Noah.
Big suplex sends the champion to the outside. Let's keep in mind, guys, title can only change hands via pinfall submission inside the ring. Counter disqualification means nothing. Thea Hale going for broke here off the second rope with the moonsault. Wipe the champion on the outside.
Huge moonsault by the challenger there.
Can Thea Hale deliver sweet victory to Chase University? You won't miss a second of it. Restaurant client picture-in-picture. Fuck television. Fuck sci-fi. There's no picture-in-picture.
JJ, how often does the babyface have the number advantage? It's weird to see that they're all.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. But it's just the dedication of the esteemed university that is Chase U, the prestigious institution that it is.
Well, JJ, we also talked about again, though, how Chase University has been on unstudied ground for most of its existence, starting with Duke Hudson and whether he was certainly going to be the MVP. He proved that, though, against the Schism. And then Duke Hudson arrived. We saw Riley Osborne break in at Chase University this year at the breakout tournament. And Jasmine Nixon dated Chase U, and why she may have saved it from bankruptcy and permanent closing. She also took advantage of Thea Hale and nearly changed Thea Hale's spirit for the worse. But Thea Hale, again, stayed true to herself and has found this renewed confidence 1 year later to get back towards the grand stage, towards the Ultimate Prize. But Chase U already failed out on the tag team championships and the North American Championship. If Thea Hale doesn't win here, what does that mean for the future at Chase University?
That's a fair question, but like I said at the pre-show, the entire downfall of Chase U began when Andre Chase threw the towel in to save Thea 1 year ago. The rebuild, the restructure begins with Thea Hale capturing the title here tonight. There's a lot of people in the chat room that claim that Thea isn't ready. You've said multiple times she's not winning, to the point where Jeff made an edit to the Chase U t-shirt with your but facts are facts are facts, y'all. Roxanne is more than ready to go to the main roster. Roxanne is only in the role that Cora Jade was 99.9% supposed to be in. If Thea dethrones Roxy and Roxy goes to the main roster shortly after SummerSlam and Cora makes her return, then we get Cora versus Thea going through the end of the year for this championship.
And Jeff, you forgot the logo. Again, fuck television. Full commercial break here, folks. We're kind of just giving you like an analysis standpoint. And we are back here with the Schoolgirl by Thea. The cover! And 2 count. And they've almost crowned a new champion there. Again, it only takes 3 seconds to create history.
And JJ, have you noticed that they didn't bring any towels out this time?
Probably
because Andre Chase knows better.
Whoa,
He'll
man!
get him like a tauntaun if he does.
And Spike Roxanne with a DDT critical moment here. Take a look at this. The hammerlock suplex laid up by Roxanne Perez. You see right now, Thea held favoring her left arm, but able to plant Roxanne Perez on the top of her head with a DDT. Capacity crowd on hand here supporting Chase University. Chase University in full in Thea Hale's corner. This is our main event here. Great American Bash Week 1 for the NXT Women's Championship. And Roxanne just knocked Thea Hale's head off.
The capacity crowd isn't the only people supporting Thea Hale. Our very own Noah Foster this evening is supporting Thea Hale as he is enrolled in Chase University right now.
And Roxanne right now, I just woke up the fiery spirit inside Thea Hale, who is looking to not be denied, to not be ridiculed, to not be bullied, to not be played off as a loser, to not be played off as someone that can't get it done when it matters the most. Roxanne Perez taking down Thea Hale now building up some offense. Kick to the knee, down to one knee. Off the side, swinging that breaker by Thea Hale, but again, still favoring that left arm.
You see her shaking it, trying to get some feeling back in it. The destruction has been done by Roxanne Perez. Gorgeous senton there by Thea. She is getting fired up, shaking the ropes, Ultimate Warrior style.
Oh, no!
But JJ, again,
adrenaline
is one hell of a painkiller.
Float over into the cross face.
This is detrimental right now to Thea. She needs to hold on.
Oh, look at Roxanne, though, trying to roll her way in between Thea, who finds her way to the ropes.
And you notice the way Andre Chase backed away there. He didn't want to be accused of trying to cheat and pull her to the rope. She did it all on her own.
And Roxanne, though, looking to follow up at the top base. So see the weapon Thea Hale on the outside. And we saw what happened when Roxanne Perez is pushed to a point where she believes she has to make a statement. She did 5 pop rocks to low device. Whoa, Thea was like a bullet!
JJ, you and I both have wrestling experience. We know what adrenaline does, and sometimes you don't feel the pain.
Thea Hale might have the biggest adrenaline rush of anybody I've seen lately in WWE.
Thea going to the top rope here. What is she looking for?
Look at the home run across body! Back to her feet. Mitsunoku driver, the cover. 2-2, no.
At least it was a Michinoku driver and not a Blue Thunder Bomb. Michinoku drivers still at least win matches.
Oh, you stop that. You're trying to get a teachable moment that doesn't have a whole lot of plausibility to it. Both moves could have either finished or not finished. That being said, this match continues. Roxanne still favoring the small of her back. Thea Hale, though, in for control, looking to hook the champion up. And Roxanne's fine back, though, again, hyperextending that left arm straight out of its elbow shoulder socket. And looking to hook Thea Hale up. Pop rocks the eye. It's the backslide by Thea. Shoulders down. New champion there. Had near fall again. But going back to the Kimura. She's got it this time. Double wrist lock. Sarah the ring. Roxanne Perez in a world of trouble. Rolling through reversal. Into the crowd space. Thea Hale in trouble again. Can she find escape? Bumps these women turn for position. Blows the ring. And she's got locked in again. She's got a hold. Can Roxanne break it? And Perez
roll through again into the crippler crossface. She's successful.
And again, look at the positioning. Now, Thea Hale nowhere near the ropes, unaware where the ropes are behind her right now. Roxanne pulling heavily back.
Look at Ridge. He's almost kind of like paying attention. Andre Chase turning his back.
Chase University trying to will Thea Hale back in this match. Thea Hale back to her feet. Champion on her shoulders. And Thea trying to drive Roxanne down with a steamroller.
And JJ, when she's in that crossface, look what arm.
What a rock cover! No! Again, off the springboard senton off the bottom rope. Thea Hale with a near fall. What the fuck is happening here?
As an MMA fan, the rolling around and the different submission transitions, beautiful in this match.
NXT Women's Championship on the line here. Main event again. Roxanne now pulling the apron away, just trying to find some sort of separation. And a rag of the eyes behind the official. Desperate move by the champion. Desperate times. Once again, trapping the arm. Nasty Saito lands hard on that left shoulder. And the official didn't see it as he was fixing the apron. Now Roxanne falling in with a running uppercut, creating distance. Stay on offense. Sidestep though by Fiat Stars. Roxanne shoulder first into the ring post. And Duke Hudson trying to wheel her on, trying to fire her up. Once again, planning on the Kimura. The Kimura left it again. Roxanne aware of trouble. The reversal, the roll around. Can Roxanne find escape? Can Thea Hill submit the project? Again, Roxanne rolls away to the outside to force the break. But Thea Hill hanging on the outside. Oh, no!
Back first in those steel stairs.
And again, though, and right now there's got to be a sense of urgency on the champion. Grabbing that left arm and driving that left arm of Thea Hill. Hammerlock position to the steel ring steps.
JJ,
No
as
one
much
wants
as
to see
you
a
and I
counter here.
as much as you and I are rooting for Thea Hill, you got to give
once
Roxanne
again,
Perez credit.
Oh, no, that's it. That's got to be it. Wait, Rizzo, shoulders down! And force Roxanne to break again. And once again, relentlessly back on that Kimura lock. Center of the ring. Will Roxanne tap? Will Roxanne tap? Is this the moment? Is this it? Is Chase University finally going to claim sweet victory? Roxanne refuses though. Once again, transitioning back in the crossface. Deep. Locked in the compromised arm, hyperextending the shoulder and the muscles. But Thea Hill keeping her body off the mat, trying to create leverage, crawling towards the rope, keeping Chase U and her hopes alive. Is it her time? Is she ready? Can she win the big one? Roxanne rolling her towards center, changing position. Pop Ross connects, cover to retain. Roxanne holds on, and it's still NXT Women's Champion.
I gotta admit, I'm a little bit disappointed about the finish of the match there. Not that Roxanne won, but Roxanne spent the entire match going after that arm, and she won with a pinfall instead of a submission.
Well, that just goes to show again the dexterity of the champion. If she can't submit her, she can pin her. She neutralized Thea Hill, lays over the shoulders, Thea Hill down for the count.
Why did it only take
back
one?
and forth, though, in what felt like an MXC level fight on the ground.
Noah, why did it only take one pop rock to Thea Hill, but it took several for Lola?
Because the prodigy is on another level. For the Renegade Wrestling, JD Williams, for Jeff Meter, for Walter Cruz, I'm Samantha Foster. We'll see you later on this week for TNA Impact and City Predicting. Church University, hell of an effort, but you cannot stop who has been truly the prodigy of NXT. That's the journey of the Great American Bash, folks. Holy fuck, I'll give Thea Hill credit. She definitely gave me a run for my money.
Better effort and outing from her than you expected, in all honesty?
Yes. Respect.
I'll take it. I'll take the win where I can get it there, damn it.
Everybody throw it up before we sign off.
Because again, I did my part. I honored my commitment. But Thea Hill, nice job. All right,
gentlemen.
All right,
we might have to ask the same question. We might have to ask the same question we asked about Obafemi. Who can stop Roxanne Perez right now?
Nobody now.
Not in NXT. Not in NXT.
It's probably going to be Cora, if we're being honest. She's going to come back. She'll get that babyface pop on her return.
Yep.
They'll pick up where they left off in their rivalry. She'll dethrone Roxanne. Roxanne will go to the main roster. If we're being real, that's probably what it's going to be.
Very likely.
It really depends, again, how long they build that out, because, again, they don't hotshot stuff in this era of WWE quite clearly. And Thea Hill, greatest effort to date, but tonight was not her night. Chase U needs to find, once again, that renewed spirit and see what it takes to get to victory. Just think about this, JJ. The moment it happens, it'll be that much sweeter. She came that close. Roxanne right now is just on another level.
Yeah. Matthew and Daniel, I love you guys. You're big supporters. Those two haven't even fucking debuted yet.
Exactly.
They're not
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné. They're not going to win a championship in their first match in the company.
All right, before we go down a proverbial rabbit hole, that is a
I'm just making a point. I'm not
Okay.
ragging on her. I'm just making a point.
Okay, good.
They're
deal.
not going to win a championship in their first match. Iron Survivor, get the contract, maybe for one of those two. But they're not going to win the title in their first match. Let them debut first.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, go ahead and wrap the.
Hold on, if we read JJ said that she might return September. You think about that. Then she beats Roxanne in October. Then the Royal Rumble's only a few months away. You get Roxanne Perez into the Royal Rumble, and that's how she could go part of the main roster.
There you go.
And the deadline is always December. That's when they win that contract.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wrap this thing up and close out for the night.
Yes.
We've mentioned everything that's going to be happening the next week. I do want to point out, even though we're not going to be doing a watch along of it, because I think the card is so damned awesome. Hell of a Dynamite tomorrow coming up over on TBS. Ospreay versus Archer. We're going to hear from Danielson and Mercedes. Hangman Page versus Darby Allin. Willow versus Chris Statlander in an eliminator match. The Conglomeration versus Mortos, Roddy, that baby killer, and Roosh, almost baby killer, sorry. And Mariah May, of course, sitting down with Renee Paquette. Just wanted to throw that out there because I'm watching whether we're covering or not. It's going to be a fun 2 hours of wrestling over on Turner. That is correct. However, for us,
it should definitely be a good show. And again, were I not working tomorrow, we would probably do a watch along just because all the content. I mean,
at this point, we're literally covering everything. We're covering everything except Monday nights because Monday nights we need some sort of reprieve in our life, and I happily and gratefully am glad for that. But fuck, I'm down at this point. This has been too much damn fun covering Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But yeah, maybe tomorrow night though we'll give it a break since it's not a specialized edition of Down. I do think the one in Cardiff we should, because that is Extreme First Special, and that's the go home to All In. Which
I am off, but I don't know if I'll be home by 5 p.m.
Tomorrow we are celebrating with our buddy Greg Cherry. 200 episodes of the Greg Cherry Show. We'll have all the usual suspects on there, and then I'm going my ass home and going to eat dinner, going to bed. So that's what I'm doing. There you go. Thursday, we will have our coverage of Impact Wrestling as we do each and every Thursday now, immediately-ish at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, followed by simply predicting for this weekend's SummerSlam affair. Again, I have a new show premiering Friday. Please, everybody, come check it out. It'll be on the alternating weeks from Dad's Ask Me Anything. So it's not Talk Wrestling. It's though Ask Me Anything. So 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific on Friday. SummerSlam at the same time, but on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. And, of course, a little bit Mike Night following SummerSlam. Hopefully they don't Tony Conis and go late. Meech's Musing's back on Monday. Stat Boys Sports Bar back on Tuesday again next week. And then we will complete the Sudoku by being back here next Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, with our coverage of Week 2, Night 2, Day 2, whatever you want to call it, of the Great American Bash from NXT. And as you saw right before our main event, lots of stuff already signed, sealed, and soon to be delivered in a week's time.
There you go.
All right. Since you are our play-by-play man, Noah, take us home.
Again, folks, it's always a pleasure here, engaged with you in our passions of professional wrestling. We hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight for NXT. We'll see you tomorrow for the continuation of whatever is awaiting us here in and out. And again, we thank all of you. On behalf of Chase U, for the Renegade Wrestling, J.D. Williams, for Jeff Muffick Meacham, for Walter Cruz, via Help Phenomenal Effort, Roxanne Perez is on their level. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Gemini Watch the live watch on event for NXT Grand American Bash Week 1. We'll see you down the line next time here at Gemini Multiverse Media. Until next time, you know I always leave you. Make a positive impact in life. Have a good night.
He said the thing.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
I'm a